brave Power Rangers continue their journey towards Dunfair. The brave Power Rangers continue their journey towards Dunfair, the Crown capital. Opting to bypass the charming towns of Vaditz and the esteemed Major University, they press forward, their destination set firmly upon the pristine White City. Accompanied by Wraith, the Typhoon Princess, astride a magnificent Black Pegasus, their travels are swift and seamless, aided by the graceful creature's fleetness. As the party approaches the city gates, Farvel, the enigmatic warlock, ventures off on his own path, guided by the allure of the hallowed Temple of Inikron. Meanwhile, the remaining companions find themselves within the bustling Adventure Guild, a place alive with vibrant energy and resounding tales of heroism. Despite the bustling atmosphere, the Guildmaster, wise and attentive, promptly attends to their arrival, ready to lend an ear to their needs. With solemn reverence, Sus, the Adult Monk, presents the Guildmaster with the poignant remnants of a fallen dwarf party discovered in the depths of the necropolis beneath the towering statue of Danudin. In return, Sus reclaims the hard-earned rewards for a previously completed quest. In a gesture of solidarity, the Guildmaster proposes that the glory and honour of cleansing the Olympus Fortress be bestowed upon the Adventurers Guild. Eager to foster unity and camaraderie, the united party readily agrees, embracing the shared triumph. Curiosity aflame, Wraith directs her attention towards the quest board, brimming with opportunities for daring exploits. Each quest presents a unique allure. The illustrious Fenrir airshipper seek valiant souls to join their crew, seeking protection in their awe-inspiring ventures. A sacred pilgrimage caravan hailing from the Temple of Irene beckons for guardians, ensuring safe passage to the mythical Fiola's paradise. The esteemed dwarven nobility presents an opulent contract, laden with promise, as they beseech guild adventurers to vanquish the menacing ash dragon residing atop Mount Ingrup, a creature disrupting trade between the Tether and Fallen Kingdoms. With hearts alight and anticipation coursing through their veins, the intrepid party ponders these luring quests, aware of the formidable challenges and bountiful rewards that await them on their extraordinary sojourn into the realms of fantasy. The ardent party also seeks the wisdom of the Guildmaster regarding the significant events unfolding within the capital. They learn of the following intriguing developments. Helena Creel, held responsible for the destruction of the Concordia's ship, has been found guilty. She now faces the daunting task of repaying a staggering sum of 200,000 gold as compensation. Helena finds herself in dire need of funds. Tuara Kandir, charged with the grave crime of arson at the Temple of Inikron, has also been deemed guilty. She must bear the responsibility of reconstructing the temple and establishing a new sacred building in Ironwood. Helena's position as the esteemed lead of the Sandkeepers is temporarily revoked, while Duke assumes sole control over the secret services in her absence. As a consequence of Helena's downfall, all individuals unaffiliated with the official service agents lose their access to Babel, an exclusive privilege now withdrawn from their grasp. In addition to these revelations, the Guildmaster extends a promise to find a buyer for the enigmatic flaming skulls, adding an air of intrigue to the party's endeavours. With newfound knowledge in hand, the party makes a mental note of the news and sets their sights on the embassy of the Druid Enclave. Meanwhile, Paulo Bandoax, the resourceful rogue, ventures into the Temple of Inikron. Eager to acquire magical scrolls, he patiently awaits the arrival of Farvold, who emerges from the inner chambers after a meeting with Helena Creel in the Temple of Knowledge. Farvold, choosing not to divulge the news to Paulo, proceeds directly to the embassy. The remaining members of the party reunite at the embassy, where they are met with the joyous presence of Gaki. Her tales of rehabilitation are shared, accompanied by melodious songs that delight the party's ears. Notably, the ambassador and Jackson, the butler, are currently absent from the embassy but are expected to join the gathering later. Meanwhile, Sus decides to pay a visit to his own house, where he had trained his new recruits. Upon entering, he finds the house impeccably maintained, guarded by the diligent trainees who now number just 4. Sus also seeks out Dr. Ravage, a resident on the second floor, who eagerly shares the outcomes of her research. He successfully reassembled the fragmented pieces of the Order of True Knight's necklace, bestowing upon it the ability to detect any active amulet within a 1-mile radius. Dr. Ravage intends to return to the embassy later in the evening. Guided by a sense of camaraderie, Sus brings some of his trainees back to the embassy, introducing them to the party. As Quote and Jackson return, the group engages in animated conversation, regaling each other with tales of their recent exploits. The remainder of the evening is spent in mirthful feasting, jovial libations, and meticulous planning for the adventures that lie ahead. The party finds themselves particularly enthralled by the revelations brought forth through the Doctor's research. In the stillness of the night, Rave and Paul awaken startled by the sight of a vivid green pillar of light piercing the sky. Though it originates far from the embassy, the spectacle remains visible, capturing their attention for a fleeting moment before dissipating into the darkness. The brave Power Rangers continue the journey towards Dunfer, the Crown capital, opting to bypass the charming towns of Valets and the esteemed major university.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yep,
Yeah,
I think we are good. Good. Now we're back. Okay, thank you everybody who joined as a party of Power Rangers. It's finally back after a couple weeks break. We're continuing our adventure in the episode number 122. And yep, this time the party had a very extensive recap of events of the past game, with some advanced technologies being used to recreate it. Let's see how it goes on. Yes, thank you everybody who joined, and yeah, we continue. Currently the party find themselves in Denver, in the embassy building of the friends from the Druid Enclave of Kirinal. This is where they stayed for the night. I think there were a couple of questions that I have answered in private to the players. And is there anything urgent or critical I would need to answer right now before we proceed?
Give me 20 seconds to check.
Okay.
But I don't think so.
Yeah. Questions about game mechanics and everything are always welcome. And if you are by any chance watching as Dilano GMR, you're still with us, happy to chat with you. Maybe a couple of our regulars also will jump in. Sebastian joining in?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No,
Okay.
He doesn't know. There's a power issue on his side.
Power issue? What's happening in Colombia with power?
No, just in his place.
Okay.
He just has to wait. Yeah.
Okay, that happens. That happens. Cool. Yep. So the party currently, the last thing that they've seen, at least a couple of you that's seen, is Polo and Rave. You've seen the huge pillar of greenish light expanding all the way to the sky, to the protective barrier of Denver, just for mere seconds. And yeah, that's basically what awoke you. And you felt that something is wrong. Yeah, so now it's the middle of the night. None of you really have finished your long rest. And I do not think the party made a specific plan what they're going to do. So yeah, feel free to discuss. All of you are now under the roof of the embassy.
Yeah, right. There was this beacon of green light. Oh no, it was not a beacon
No.
this time, but it was like the flash. So what did we want to do?
We wanted to go
Yeah.
about that, and then the other day we actually Firewall wanted to tell us about the conversation he had with Helena. I have that note at the Anachron Temple.
That's probably right. So Farwell tells you everything he remembers.
Don't worry, I think last time I took over Farwell. So that's...
Yeah, right.
No worries there. Okay, so disturbed by this interesting event happening outside of the embassy, the party gathers back in the middle of the night, back on the first floor of the embassy next to the dinner table. It's empty. It was perfectly cleaned up by Jackson and the cook who cleared up. So there is nothing for you standing there, no wine, no snacks, no other drinks. It's just an empty room. As you group up there, do you really want to first get to know what Farwell said, or you want to act immediately upon the flash, green flash? So tell me what's happening.
thing is that the flash is more important for now. Because it just happened, right? So we are very surprised.
I mean,
Yes.
I think it depends. Like, if everything people perceived was the Flash, then they would talk about this. And if Fowl doesn't say anything, then how would the party know? On the other hand, if he starts,
I mean, it was Rafe and Polo who awoke in the party. Because they have already seen a similar sight. From before.
yeah. So Polo would probably start telling the group ASAP.
Okay, go ahead. You can... Time for roleplay time. How do you do it? How would Polo would intervene in somebody else's night's sleep? How he would gather people?
Right, it's still at night.
Yeah, it's the middle of the night. So nobody gets the benefit of a long rest.
So Polo would probably speak to people telepathically. I think that works because he knows they're in the rooms and around, right? Or does he have to see them?
That's a question to you. Do you need to specifically see them to establish the connection or not? I think
it doesn't say so, but we had the discussion in the past. So if you ask me for my opinion, that one is clear, but it was overruled in the past. And I'm not exactly sure how, which is why I'm asking you.
Okay, some memory fracture. Yeah, so for original establishment of a link, you need the eye contact. But once you have this contact, you can go to another room and continue conversing as long as you're in range.
Does eye contact count if you had eye contact before going to sleep? I don't think so, right?
No, of course. Unless you all slept in the same room, but I don't think Polo did.
I don't think I did. No, so he would go and knock on doors and tell people to wake up, and something important happened.
Yeah, the first room that opens up is Farvald and Gaki. Oh no, sorry, she's not
It's
there
the
yet.
first one that opens up. Okay.
It's one of them. It's one of them. Yes, as they seem to be kind of asleep, really asleep. It's been a while since you've seen Farvald without his armor on him, and you realize that he has become more slender figure than you first saw him throughout your adventures. Yeah, he carefully listens to your reasoning, and yeah, he goes back to preparing his gear.
I think then Polo would next choose a Rafe's room. Because Polo doesn't know that Rafe knows, right? Rafe is still in her room.
Depends on Rafe.
Where's Rafe?
I mean, I should already be in the corridor also trying to...
Okay, then she's rushing out and you meet up face to face.
Okay.
Sas? Your passive perception of over plus 20, I think probably does something.
I hear something's going on, and I start to dress up and leave in my room, taking all my items on my, and then I realize that I cannot find the dust of sleepiness.
Yes, exactly.
But maybe I forgot. Maybe I put it somewhere. But yeah, I note to myself that I cannot find it, and I'm leaving my room, and I see Polo approach. Hey, Polo, what's up? What happened?
Oh god, how to explain? Where to even start?
Are we getting attacked?
Maybe. So it looks like the Equalizer is. What is he doing? He's absorbing souls, probably, or abducting souls. People might be in danger, or something the like. The Equalizer is definitely up to something and in touch with his greater power. I think we have to hurry. Things are moving.
Yeah. Stretching up a little bit. Yeah, just taking a sip from my flask of water. Ready to go. Haven't you seen my bag of Of dust?
Slytherin dust.
Anyway, let's go. I'll find it later.
What?
People are dying. We need to go.
No,
Rush.
Yeah. That's priorities. So wait, so probably should also wake up Quo, right? But no, wait, does he know about this whole stuff? No, Quo was not really with us. But I think we told him everything.
Yeah, you told him once you regrouped him
Okay.
with once he was assigned to the embassy when he came from Kirino.
Yeah. I think we can trust him. He's probably descendant of the. Well, he's supposed to be, in that circle. Oh god, I forgot every word we're using.
Yeah, this is what happens
Avengers Council.
when people do not play the game.
It's the Avengers Council, right? The good guys. Or the neutral
Maybe.
guys, yes. So he's supposed to be there, so I think we should tell him what's going on.
Yeah, he hears a commotion in the corridor and he walks from his chambers, semi-naked. He hears your explanation about something. Yes, and he asks, "That's piqued my curiosity. I probably should get ready as well."
Of
Yeah,
course,
we might
if you
need
want to
some
join us.
legal authorization to do something in the city. I don't know.
No, because we don't know where we have to go. If we have to go inside, like in the palace or something, then yes. And we don't have the contact anymore.
Yeah, actually, that makes lots of sense. Without Helena, we need some official, I don't know, someone to vouch for us.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is the only option. Cool.
Cool. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, as
Okay.
he is grabbing his stuff, you see that he's coming back to you and says that in case there will be any legal issues on the streets, he will say that you are part of his retinue, part of the people who protect the embassy of Kirino. That should solve most of the problems.
Thank you very much, Cool. So what do we do next, Rave?
We have to find where that light came from exactly. I guess. Did only you and me see it, or did someone else saw a light in like the one that we just described, but you didn't know what it was?
Only you two were awoken by this.
But I think Paulo made sure to remember the direction where it comes from, and he was able to do so because he's a local, if I remember correctly, right, Liam?
That's a good point. Yes, Paulo has spent
Track-
most of his bounty hunting career in Denver to be able to navigate himself and the party. Basically knowing
Actually-
where things are happening. Yep.
The Dr. Rave is also there, right? So we need to take the new radar with us.
You mean the
Okay, if you have the thing, then let's go.
You can call him up.
I don't need him usually, no.
Good, then we rely on you, Ray, for all of our magical needs. Like
Yes,
identify
well,
spell.
Cool. Okay, no, let's call him.
Okay. So, do you remember where in the town the embassy was located? It was located in the Golden Market district. If you want, I can post the map of Denver for you in the maps and blog.
11 o'clock.
Was it 11? I think it was the other side. It was more like, what is that, 3 o'clock, right?
Like 3, yes, it was like 3.
It's number 6.
6
We don't
o'clock?
open the map.
Yeah, there is a map in maps.
6 o'clock? Where are we? even?
Not 6 o'clock, number 6.
No, number 6.
Ah, okay.
Because they have numbers.
There are numbers.
Okay, so that's like 12 o'clock, 1 p.m.
3.
I think our
What?
audio bot has just died.
1.
Ah, that's
nine,
true.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Rafe, where are we going? Do we need to pick anything with us?
Well, we don't know if we're gonna be facing our biggest enemy, so take everything with you.
Jackson, let's go. We need help.
You know what I understood? Drugs and let's go.
Paul.
Honestly, coming from Stas, you know. But then I comprehended it was Jackson. You mean Jackson?
What do you
Yes,
need from
indeed,
Jackson?
He's our, we can rely on him.
No, but we shouldn't
I
expose
thought
him.
it's expose him.
Yeah,
To
of course,
danger.
Jackson is coming out of his room. You notice that he hurriedly putting on his substitution for a left hand that he lost. It's a metallic
Oh.
God.
prosthesis with a
Sorry.
gun in it. Yes,
Are we
with a hand
sure
cannon.
we want to take him?
No.
What is he gonna lose next? Because of
What
us.
is he gonna do? Why do we need him? What can he do that we can't?
Shoot out of his limbs, I guess. No, but
Gonna
yeah,
get revenge for his lost arm. You know.
but I think that's actually a good idea. We might just ask him like what his strengths in battle and his support of the same would be, so that we get a fair understanding.
And if he would
Like-
actually fight, right? Like, because he is into another type of role in his life now. I don't know if he really wants revenge.
He tells you that he, in his past life, he used to be a very good spearman, but then he put that life behind as he got an assignment to serve the embassy building and those who are working in there by the Duke. So he's kind of a civil servant as of now of the Danver. And last time he was fighting is actually the assault on the embassy by somebody who was looking for a diamond called Seraphil. This was a consequence of some people who identified that it was last seen in the vicinity of the embassy and they tried to break in. So during that encounter he lost his hand, and you were at this moment, you were not there, you were not in the capital. So he says, yes, of course the prosthesis of his might serve him well, but it would take some time to rearm it. Other than that, he's still quite capable to use his spear, but yeah, he cannot be a frontman. He doesn't have
He
a
knows the city.
heavy armor.
He knows how to get, into location fastest. We are not locals, and the Claw is not local, and he is the local guy. So he will guide us through the fastest way.
I think
And also,
Polo
he
might-
knows the way out
Yeah,
if we're gonna
Polo
get
is also
stuck.
local.
And Polo maybe knows faster ways. So, but I would still take Jackson. He might know different ways. Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
So I think he's a good addition. Yeah.
If he doesn't say no, then he can
Okay. Wait a second.
Jackson is like wearing his, battle suit. Like, he stands and then like pieces of armor are getting clamped. And then at the end is like, prosthesis. Artificial hand with the gun. Like the Astartes.
And that's what we're gonna see.
Okay, Polo, please roll for first stealth.
1 second, too many tabs. Loading. Still loading. Refreshing. Okay, so for what should I roll first?
First stealth. Okay, now please roll for sleight of hand.
27. That's a bad
Um,
roll for Paulo, to be fair. But...
Rafe, are you ready for the fight? Because it seems like we're going to be fighting.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Yes. You have your magic. You can feel your magic. Take your book with you. Maybe it's going to help.
I have everything with me, yes. I don't leave anything behind.
You always carry everything with you.
Yes.
You may leave something in the embassy. I mean, you don't have to carry everything.
I'm fine.
Okay, just another question to Paula. You already had your shopping, correct, before this moment?
That's true. I'm just giving you like the concise version because there was also like some asking for information of what actually was bought, and I'm compiling this right now, which is why I'm just looking at stuff and seem
Okay.
absent, but I'm not.
Yeah, that's fine. I just wanted to say that
Mhm.
everybody could also observe that Paula has a bag of holding of his own.
Let me wait until I confirm that. Sorry.
Okay. If you confirm it, we can just play on with it. But for now, yeah. Everyone's ready. The Poor seemed to be taking his scimitar and his stuff with him along. And Jackson is rearming his hand and taking his short spear along. And he's ready to go following your command. So if you're looking at the map attentively, you're currently located in where the number 6 is. Golden Market. And this flash of light that Paul could identify, it was coming somewhere from the southwestern direction. Somewhere where number 5 or number 4 is located.
So like
Okay.
a fortress / ashway. Fortress. Is it the Danudan fortress or the Duke's fortress?
Yes, yes.
Does my necklace has anything going on with it?
So you requisitioned it from the Dr. Ravage, right?
I have it. It's my necklace. It's
Okay,
on
perfect,
me. It's
perfect.
happened
Then-
a long time ago.
No.
Nothing. Okay, I'm waiting for our party to go. I guess I'm not gonna go.
Polo, regarding the shopping stuff. So some of the stuff which were far from the back, and those questions that I raised in our private conversation, they are because those items were not from 5th edition. So they have their
okay.
own corresponding copies in 5th edition D&D.
Rafe,
Okay,
let's
I
take
see.
the flying
So
Pegasus you have,
Pegasus.
and go
Okay,
ahead.
but then sorry, one sec. Then I need to kind of confirm that we're talking about the same stuff,
I
so I
posted-
don't buy some.
I sent you the links for those.
Okay, thanks. Cool, looking into that.
It wasn't the same.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, guys, keep going.
Okay, Farah
Pegasus.
involved.
Yeah, let's
Pegasus.
go on the Pegasus. You wanted to take Jackson because he knew the quickest path, but now we're taking the Pegasus. But okay.
Okay, so
Yeah. We needed
Yeah,
to remember we have a Pegasus.
We
Right.
need to go ahead. Jackson cannot be, in the front lines. He stays in the backup.
You mean we're
He
sending
will
him
be
on
there
foot?
1 minute later.
Brave, how many creatures can Pegasus lift?
Didn't you say like 5? 3.
If you count halfling and gnome is like half a creature, then
Okay.
Pegasus leveled
3.
up.
Then I'm going with Saz and I don't know. Polar
Maybe.
Farewell.
Yeah. But I was just thinking, maybe since Polo and Jackson are halflings, do they count as one person,
yes.
weight-wise? Okay,
Yes.
so
I mean,
if you
oh,
take both halflings, it would be 4 instead of 3, but...
It's
yeah,
okay.
then maybe let's do that. Is that okay? Farvold maybe just follows by foot.
well,
Farvald
just
and
the
Kua
other
can follow
question-
by foot, yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
Farvold doesn't want to
they know
leave
the
Gaki
way.
alone.
They should know the way though, because the locals are all going by the Pegasus.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That can be your
Cannot
cavalry
waste any
without
seconds.
horses,
They,
yes.
they can follow the Pegasus, you know?
Yeah, then
Maybe.
hurry guys, okay? Let's go.
Do they have night vision? Does Quo have night vision?
Probably,
Is it
maybe being a
Elf?
thief, probably yes.
Who
Because
knows?
if he-
We never know.
If he doesn't, then they cannot see the Pegasus. That's why.
Because he's dark and it's night.
Yes.
Well, you know, I could use like light on the Pegasus or something to make it shine, but I think that it would call attention of other.
Do we want that? Do we want to approach
No.
this? Yeah.
It would be like a flying moth, you know, like a bright moth.
Thinking about like a star, right? Not a moth, but okay.
Damn, we have a problem. Okay, then maybe Jackson just leads the rest of the party, and then it's Paulo, Sas, and Rafe on the Pegasus. Sound fair?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you rush out of the embassy, so you're basically the whole group splits up. Polo, Rafe, and Saz, you're jumping on the Pegasus, and just like your very recent travel from the Olympus Fortress and from Hillsfar, kind of very well accustomed to your places and to the animal, to the beast itself. Takes you no problem to lift up in the air and trying to go into the direction of the southwest, where Polo sends the flash coming from. Meanwhile, the rest, Farvald and Gaki, Kua and Jackson, they would be venturing by foot. Okay, lovely. So you are in the air, Rafe. Please, everybody, roll for me perception. Everybody who doesn't
Me
have
too,
dark
yes.
vision rolls with disadvantage.
Perception. Okay. 24.
Does anyone have... Oh no, that's fine. Perception. 12. God, is that a bad roll. So just normal roll if we have dark vision, right? Or was it advantage?
Disadvantage if you don't have dark vision.
But no advantage. Okay.
So
So it's 12.
Rafe only has dark vision, right?
Yeah.
Paulo too has dark vision.
Okay. So Polo, it's Polo is low. Polo is 12. And for Sas it's 14, and for Rafe it's 24. Okay, so Rafe, you are the person who is in charge, who sits first by the Pegasus, and you can kind of look around. You're trying to find any sense of commotion, any sense of danger, any movements from up above, just to realize if there is like any action happening. And yeah, the dark vision that you have kind of helps you a lot, because most of the town at this specific time is lightened up by just torches which are hanging on the streets, on the buildings. Some streets are very well lit, especially those next to the docks and next to the Duke's fortress. Some of the districts, like Big Gate district, where Polo and the Sneaky Battalion and other suspicious people have their own dealings, almost has no light at this time of the day. As you're proceeding further, of course, the speed of your mount allows you to greatly speeden up your travel time all the way to the middle of a town. However, as you're observing the guardsmen around, you don't see any activity actually happening.
What do you
Yeah.
mean by no activity happening?
You do not see anybody panically or in a rush mounting horses. You don't see anybody leaving their houses and with awe of looking above. It seems just that it's a nighttime and the capital keeps on living its normal life.
Okay, I don't see anything happening anywhere.
That's weird.
Do you guys see something?
So you're currently find yourself almost by the Duke's temple. Would you like, and this is number 4 on the map. That's the main point you would go in first. Yes.
Does my amulet makes any noise or something going up? Order of the bad guys detection.
Sus. There is, the closer you get to the, basically the fortress, the warmer the artifact that Doktorovich gave you becomes. And this is for the first time you feel any response from this object at all. Previously it was just laying still, just on your neck. Yes, I assume you wore it. But
Sus,
now...
Brave, Polo. And Sus.
He's talking to himself!
There is someone.
Drugs!
There's someone with a working necklace below us, but I don't see anything.
It's within
I mean,
1
maybe
mile.
it's underground.
Within 1
Well,
mile.
In any direction.
In any direction, yes.
So then maybe tell us, can you locate it? Like, do you get any signals the closer we get? Maybe.
Yes, let's make a one circle around the fortress of the Duke.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
I will sense if the signal will get stronger or weaker. Then we can pinpoint the location.
Yes. As Rafe is following the command of Sas, the idea, this the seriousness of the situation kind of looms over you. The air is chill, and the Pegasus seems to be the only creature that enjoys the night fly. Meanwhile, you are all very tense. The moment you're going to the south from the fortress of the Duke, Sas informs you that the amulet goes completely cold, like a normal item. There is no response. And as you complete your circle going to the north direction from the Duke's fortress, you are finding
It is
yourself...
somewhere here.
Yes,
It is
you're-
somewhere around here.
Yes. So you're going more direction where on the map is number 5 is. And you realize that you have previously visited this district. And you know very well that this district is the place where most of the high noble houses have their residences erected. And this is also where you have organized a heist on the mansion of Roman Remenmar. So big people have their living in this food. Apollo, you're the first one to realize it. You'll probably convey it to the party.
It's time to kill them.
No, we're
What?
not gonna be. No, Dave. It's too early.
No?
We need to
Okay.
find a way to pinpoint a location, like at least to like a 200 feet or 300 feet. So
I mean, we can do this smaller circle so we can just get there by foot and start. No.
it's not gonna get more accurate. It just warms up within a mile. It doesn't get, within a mile. It doesn't change.
It doesn't get
I
hotter the
understand.
closer we get.
It
Ah,
only
damn.
is like on and off within a mile.
Well, how can we do this then?
Anything significant in this area? Maybe there's something is burning, dead people on the streets, or some
maybe
green
like only
light
one
from windows
house.
of some mansions.
We would be using Rave's earlier roll for this, for the
Sure.
perception. So as you're flying above several of the mansions, Paula quickly tells you the directions where the Robin Remenmar house is. You realize that several streets away from it is the houses of the people you do not really want to meet. You didn't really want to meet some time ago. Those people really want to meet you. Yes, you know whom I mean. You?
Mm-hmm.
Brave?
Oh, do I?
No, at least give me a guess.
Well, I
Sassan's
mean,
gonna start
Oh.
screaming.
Polo seems to know
From
what
the
it
Pegasus.
means. Because he knows it.
Yeah.
You realize that this is also the hood where you had the Dragon Chess tournament. You realize the Polo shows you where the mansions of Diana Burton is, where the mansion of Duvalier Unsan is, where the mansion of Toliar Kondio is. Sabretta Ulrich, the host of the Dragon Chess tournament. This is the hood. All of those families have their own family residences erected. They've been building them, maintaining them, and expanding them for generations. Private areas. Sas, you said you are shouting something? Okay. What are you shouting?
Hey, you, whoever did this, come out and let's speak. We're not gonna. We just want to ask some questions.
How to escalate things in a second.
As you are like making this like the Pegasus is not stopping on the place per se. He kind of like flying on the one certain spot. And as Sas shouts for it, please roll for persuasion, please.
For performance.
6.
6?
I've done it myself.
As you're shouting this, you hear how from one of the houses somewhere below, there's like a creak of the window opens up. Shut up! We wanna sleep here. Who let those beggars here on the streets? Somebody seems to be genuinely upset.
Look at my sword. It's all your fault, you useless piece of metal. You better be useful next time we meet the enemies.
As you're claiming this, you hear this stoic, orcish voice in your head. Where is the powerful foe face? There is no one.
It is there. And I can't see him, and you're not helping me. Better leave you in a museum next time. You relic piece of, weapon. All you can do is just kill. But if there's no one to kill, you cannot kill.
I assume your persuasion also was working on the sword.
Maybe as a sword, if it's able to locate our enemy.
It's useless now.
Okay.
Okay, any ideas? How do we find out? What are we doing? I don't know
I
any
mean,
of this area.
I would suggest
Polo
we
knows
just
at
try.
least one of those
Yeah.
mansions.
So Polo knows his ways around a bit, and he would suggest that, guys, why don't we keep it quiet, and go down, and then we'll just investigate things. I'm sure there must be something which will catch our eye, or if we just look for something, we'll get more indicators of where we have to go. Other than that, didn't you tell me? And you have to confirm if you told him or not, because I'm not sure. Didn't you tell me the last time you saw all of the head members of the old family being united in this one building, where the tournament took place? So maybe that's their place to unite and do stuff,
That
conspire.
was a mention of Sabretha Ulrich, who was hosting
Yes.
Dragon Chess Tournament. This is where you were escaping. This is where Farveld was. Beaten
So
to
maybe that's a place where to start. They seem to group up there, right?
How do we get there?
Polo would know, I guess.
Okay, Polo, let's go there.
I mean, I would say like Polo knows it like vaguely. It's not like he knows it's like in the side of his pocket, but let's say he has like 75% accuracy to find it.
Yeah, those are big families. The mansions that they have built, they are fairly distinct from each other, and the people who are local to Denver definitely be able to identify those, even in darkness, just by the shape, picture style. Rafe?
Yeah, but I meant more like, how are we gonna get in?
We'll figure that out.
Okay, let's get there first.
Polo's
Okay.
confident we can make our way in.
So as you're flying towards the mansion of Sabretha Ulrich, as you're getting closer there, Sas tells you that the amulet is called again.
Oh. Okay, wrong assumption.
Then maybe we go close to the next mansion, like of the big families. Just the closest
Who
one.
else lives here?
Yeah,
You know,
next
let's
one.
just fly over the mansions.
There's
I think we can just walk from one to another, right? It's not a big distance, or is it?
They are all within a couple of kilometers from each other. So since you're using a flying
Kilometers.
mount,
That's like the minutes.
that
Okay.
saves you.
Okay, fair point. We should fly.
Let's go
You
back.
do that?
So which one would be the closest mansion to the Ulbrich's ones?
Condio. So, as you're flying to the next mansion, by using the direction that you, Paula, knows, this tells you that the amulet is still cold. The same occurs when you are getting to the very well known to Paula Diana Burton's place. You remember the interiors very well. But even in that house, the amulet still stays cold. There are only a couple of rooms lightened up from the inside. Somebody is still probably having the night activity. You don't know with the servants. And only when you are reaching towards the region, or let's say mansion facilities of Duvalier and Son mansion,
Of course.
this is where Sas reports you that you're back on track.
We have how much? Yeah.
Do we have any means of communication with the rest of the party so that they know?
They are looking for a flying dark object in the sky somewhere.
We would
So-
told them more or less where we were going, right? So
I thought it's all close by, but DM said there are several kilometers in between the mansions. I didn't expect that. I mean, Polo did, but I didn't. So maybe we should try to find them so that they know where to go. Or do you guys
Sure.
want to go down right now and check?
You can do that. You can do both.
What does the party vote for?
I'm gonna go to the entrance of the mansion and ask anyone is maybe the guards are there. Is everything okay?
Are you gonna do some like epic moon landing?
are we
Reduce
are
fall
we just
damage,
gonna
rage.
Are we just what?
you're gonna throw yourself from the Pegasus?
I mean, Polo thinks if Sas wants to do that, then Polo's not holding him back. But Polo would
It's not-
probably fly back to the party and tell the others where
No
they should
time
head
to
towards.
explain.
Jump, yes.
Sas!
Okay, so
I'm gonna kill the asphalt, with the sword flying down.
why don't you kill a guard instead? It's a free kill.
What?
I'm not gonna
We
shoot.
didn't we want to be like careful
I'm careful. I'll be fine. I can
and
fall from like
stealthy and
200 feet.
I don't know.
I mean,
we don't
Sas,
want to make noises.
Yeah, you're currently on the height of let's say 9-story building. So that's
I mean, so Sas jumped already, right? So there's
that's
no
up to
time
Sas.
to.
I'm still.
Did
We
Sas
don't know
jump
what
or
it's
is-
gonna do. Sas, we need to plan this good. Like this guy is very dangerous.
Plan? No time to plan. Rage. Let's go.
No, Sas.
Okay, okay, Sas. So let's calculate some fall damage.
Of course.
But Rave, let us turn around and fly back to the rest of the party.
Yeah, you
Well,
can
that's all
meanwhile
we know. Then we
rush
can
all
go
the way
check.
to the direction that they could take. So
I mean, we just lost Sas. We need the other party members. Good luck, Sas.
Good luck. You check the other mentions. I'll check this one.
Just don't get kidnapped or something because we know what they do to
What?
people.
Me kidnapped? Brave. I'm level 14 barbarian.
They
You
have a
need
lot of
Level-
a
resources.
dragon to kidnap me.
Level
They have, like, an
14
army
raging,
for protection.
level 14 raging barbarian. What could possibly go wrong?
okay,
Unless there's a powerful wizard down there. When impossible to happen.
okay, Sas. As you're landing down on the street, which leads directly to the central entrance to the mansion,
Mhm.
just outside the gate. Please tell me how does the fall damage has been deducted from you?
So there's two options. Either I do blink into the shadow if I feel that the fall
You
is,
cannot do that if you're
is
raging.
taken. I forgot. Wait, You sure? I
So-
cannot hold concentration.
You cannot cast spells if you're raging. No.
Then
so
I
for now,
deduct 55 damage.
What?
so it's Schrödinger's sus. Is he dead or not? We don't know yet.
No, he's not.
We're gonna find out.
So tell me other means of reducing damage for Monk.
Rage.
What
Is
about
by
Monk?
half?
Ability?
By 55 reduced.
What do you mean by 50?
Fall damage reduced by 55 damage.
Ah, so it's a fixed amount.
55.
It is probably
55
per
damage?
level or whatever. But
Or is it percent? 55% of what you would usually take?
No, it's not percent. It's
I
just
think
No,
it's a
it's
fixed
not.
amount. So thank you everybody who joined. If you know how the fall damage mechanics works in D&D, feel free to share your experience with us.
But I fall silently because I have boots of silence.
But you're raging.
But my boots are still silent.
Okay.
You land angrily but silent.
Yes. It's the stealthy barbarian.
Jesus, yeah.
DM,
Yes.
DM, please, if you get a chance, look into your DMs.
Yeah. Right
Right.
after we deal with.
I have some
I-
healing potions.
Just saying, it's important. Polo needs to understand what he's carrying around with him.
To help us in this phone.
Everything that you bought.
No, nothing's gonna help us. Nothing Polo has. Like, there's nothing Polo can do for us. Like, or wait, is there? Let me check.
Wait, why can't I see your?
No, nothing I can.
Slow fall.
Mm.
Ah, okay, yes. So it's a fixed amount of 55 damage at 8, using a reaction.
55 damage. Oh my god.
Yes.
Couldn't you just say, please put me in the ground and
So, Sas, because of your raging and because of your slow fall, can you please describe to us how you land without a scratch to yourself, but with massive damage to the asphalt?
Without a scratch?
Yes.
Wow.
The people
Okay.
who built the asphalt, you know, they did it very cheaply, and there's a lot of soft sand beneath the place that I landed. So there's now like a 20 centimeter, not holes, but let's say, holes in the ground. But I actually land on a sword at the same time. So I use my sword to my advantage, landing on my feet silently and on the sword. Do I really take no damage? Okay. Strange.
That's impressive.
Mhm.
I told you it was only 9-story building height.
Only.
Only.
How many meters
Can I
is
do
that?
the
That's
27
more like-
meters.
okay. But still, I mean, impressive, but not as much as
Basically
Polo
somewhere
thought.
around 100 feet.
Everything calculated, obviously. Yeah, I look around immediately in search for some guards to talk to, and I look at the Pegasus. Is it even? I don't have dark vision. I don't see it.
It's already gone. You're just all alone.
I wave my hand, indicating that I'm not dead.
Okay, we'll be
Maybe
back
they will see me.
soon. We'll be. I can see
Hmm.
that. Yes.
And I hide in the shadows, as a typical. barbarian.
Okay.
Look for guards, suspicious people hiding near the entrance.
Okay,
My amulet
as
is
you-
still warm. Good.
Yeah, the amulet is still warm. As you landed, you are seeing that on the inner side of the of the fence that leads to the mansion of Duvalier and Son, you notice that there are two guards standing, and currently both of them have unsheathed their weapons, seeing somebody just on the road with a gigantic sword on his back, landing from a sky, breaking the asphalt. But they're on the other side of the fence. They are on the inner side of the yard. Rafe, meanwhile, you are leading the Pegasus towards the center of the city, and sometime later you are finding a very rushed party of your friends who were trying to reach the Duke's fortress as soon as possible. You dive directly to them and you tell them that they need to head to house of Duvalier and Son.
Yeah, but we can still take one of you because we lost one passenger.
Who do you take?
So who wants to come? Who should we take? I mean, we cannot separate the couple, right? So Jackson or Quo?
I mean, I guess Farwald really wants revenge. But, so DM, are you still playing Farwald for today?
Yes.
Okay, but I mean, by motivation, Farwald should choose the revenge. I mean, that guy basically... Well, he didn't kill Farwald, but he led to Farwald's death, so...
It was his fault, yes. But you're not gonna leave Gaki alone, right? Like...
He,
With a heavy heart, but...
I mean, she
Farwald
could also
has
stay
to
in the
set us-
embassy. You need to bring her along.
Are you suggesting she should?
I mean,
Oh my
there's
God.
always a way back.
Oh my god, she's gonna start doing drugs again. Come on.
Oh,
What-
she's
what-
fully clean. She's totally clean.
I mean, if she feels not loved, you know, if she feels
She was just
rejection-
loved, you know, all this time until you wake them up.
So how does Gaki feel about it? Does she want to join the
Annoyed.
party?
Ah,
No, does she want to join the party or does she want to stay in the embassy?
She's already with Farwald.
Okay. So it's one of those moments where Farwald is like, I'm sorry, but I have to go. I have to do this. We'll meet up later. Everything will be fine.
Okay, yeah.
I promise I'll come back.
He jumps on the horse, and Rafe, you rush towards the mansion of
See you
Duvalier and Son.
soon, everyone. Yeah.
Meanwhile, back to you, Sas. What do you do?
This is Lord Sas speaking. I request immediate audience with the Lord of this house, and I bang on the
Oh my
entrance.
god. And then you do
Is
persuasion
it closed?
again.
Open? Probably.
it.
It's closed. There's a close. So it's closed, and the guards from the inner side says, "We know nothing of any Lord Sas, and lords
By
definitely
the
are
power
not."
granted me by the Duke, open up.
Two of the guards are looking to your side. What kind of power? Who are you from?
I just
Show your
landed
documents.
from a 9-story building in front of your entrance.
Yeah,
Our Lord Parlor sent me
our
here.
lord has slain a giant coral sea dragon. And I've seen it with my own eyes. You want to surprise me with that?
So you are refusing to obey the orders. Are they replying like normally? They're not illusion people. Can I?
One of them is saying-
roll for something.
One of them is
Are they
saying,
real guards? Maybe they're like fake guards.
The heaven of mine.
One of them is saying, Peter, run for the reinforcements. and one of the guards is like disappearing somewhere in the depths of the house.
Okay, so one of them. Is there any damage on the entrance or anything suspicious, like a bloody body behind the bushes, or like a broken windows on the somewhere, you know?
As you're
Something
observing the
suspicious.
mansion of Duvalier and Son from the outside, you notice that the second floor of the house has a couple of the rooms lit up from, but most of the house seems to be empty, calm. It's about 3 p.m. in the night, and this is the time exactly where the servants didn't really start their preparation for the course day. Maybe this is the owner of the house, still there in their study.
I'm waiting for now. I'm not sure. Nothing looks suspicious, I guess. No dead bodies, no broken windows, no
Yeah,
blood.
they are not opening. The dude who left there is not opening the door, and he seems
It's
to be
fine.
quite confident in his position. Rafe,
What's your name? What's your name, you soldier?
you can just call me Your Excellence Mark. He's
Mark,
openly
yes.
mocking, your entrance.
I don't pay attention. Actually, no. When the other guy runs out, I blink through the gate, and I pat him by the shoulder and say, "Good job, Mark. Good job. Keep your guard up." And I blink back. Because it's darkness, you know. It's not a
I
bright
mean,
light.
they are not standing there in darkness. They have a couple of torches by the gate.
So
it's
you're
not-
saying
it's a dim
torches
light.
give bright-
It's a dim light.
Dim light also works.
Yeah. So you can do that, yes. So one moment you're there, the moment you're out, and he's just
Waiting
looking
for
back,
my-
and then he sees you in front, and you can see he's generally like surprised by that. So he's like,
Coral dragon, you say? I see.
"Do
Now I
not."
know who killed that poor beast. The small coral dragon.
The small.
Tiny.
Have you seen how much
tiny
damage
coral
it
dragon.
caused for the whole
It was
coastline?
only a youngling, only 1,000 years old.
Had to be killed even earlier then. Once he was just an egg. And as he
I'm
is
gonna-
saying this, Rafe, you hear something talking about eggs as you land next to the gates, next to Sas with Farvel and Paula. And as you're landing down there, you hear how loud steps approach from the inside of the mansion as Peter is running towards the gates. Thus, you can see that he no longer looks that confident and secure of his position that you've seen him just a moment ago before he went for reinforcements. You see that he is completely lost. As he runs to the gates, he says, "Mark, they're all gone." That's definitely not what Mark expected here. And as he looks at him in disbelief, let's go on a 5-minute pause. Okay, as we're coming back from the pause, thank everybody who joined. Party of Power Rangers continue the adventure in Denver in episode number 120. Not sure, but I think we might have an anniversary. 3 years of play? Check exact. On G Marathon. Sorry, I haven't seen your message. The chat scene. So, sus. Wave to the camera. Yeah, that fact that you can simply, as a monk, jump from 9-story building with no damage. Sounds cool.
That is pretty impressive. I thought you were dead.
I wasn't
least-
sure. I thought I would take some damage. But...
Yeah. Like, especially when DM said you raged. I really thought, like, I don't know, is he gonna be unconscious or...
I mean,
Sounded tough.
imagine that would be a massive entrance. You parachute yourself, and then you end up face down, unconscious in front of them.
Also, I thought it would be more than 27 meters somehow. So I thought Sus is dropping from like 100 meters. So I thought, wow. But that's pretty cool.
No, we must have been flying like 90 feet above to see.
Yeah, that was 100 feet above you. So,
Mhm.
9-story building
Fair enough.
in real
So
life.
Paul is impressed, I think.
So if you would jump from somewhere like 5 times that size, well, I want to see that.
No.
No jumping?
5 times. I cannot see where I'm jumping to from that distance.
Yes, for the jumping distance and for jumping damage, I mean fall damage, I would be using the general rules that are there. So for every 10 feet of distance, you take 1d6 of damage. And depends on your landing surface and depends on other surroundings. There might be some more conditions added to that. But since you were falling to a flat asphalt in a city, basically the whole damage has been negated by your monk ability. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing that if you are rogue or
Strong
a sorcerer.
bones. Very strong bones. A lot of calcium.
Okay, I can see your message. Please check PM.
Yes, it works.
It works, yes,
It
it works.
works.
Exactly. Perfecto, perfecto.
Yeah, guy, you do some. I don't know what you do with this guards gates. I thought they would be dead or fake guards, but now I don't know what.
So, yes, as you all hear how the guard, who was named Peter, comes back to the gate and says, "They're all gone!" And Mark looks at him and says, "What do you mean? The master has just arrived less than an hour ago." I just checked the boys for the changing room. They're not there. What do you mean they're not there? They were supposed to change us in an hour. At this specific moment, Mark is not really bothering even looking through the gates at you. He's just finding himself in this unusual situation. Peter says, I also knocked, tried to knock to the room of Mitchell, and the room seems closed. Nobody answers. I even shouted something on the first floor and nobody responded. Are you mad? Are you crazy? Are you drunk? He looks at him attentively. He's unsure what to act.
Have you guys seen any flashes of green light recently?
Oh,
Or you were sleeping on your duty?
am I sleeping? What are you talking, stranger? We are always we're paid very well. Yeah, we might be not seeing everything and not noticing all the details, but I know a problem when I see one. He's saying, wait, I need to go and check myself. Stay here. And Peter is staying there, very, very much confused. And meanwhile, Mark is running towards the main entrance to the building, quickly disappearing away from your views. He took one of the torches to lighten his way, so you can see how he distanced away. Sus. As the man distances away and enters the building of the mansion, you feel that your amulet become cold again.
No way.
I make one step to the each side. North, south, west, east.
Yes, as you're making several quick runs back and forward, you realize that for a brief moment it has become again warm as you were distancing yourself away more to the east, more to the western side of the town, the road that leads away from the mansion. Because the target seems to be on the move.
Oh, damn it. Well, I tell to the party that
I mean, but we went already back, didn't we?
You're by the gates of the
Pegasus?
mansion. By
What do you mean?
by the gates to the territory which leads to the mansion of the Duvalier and Son. This is where you are standing.
But
And you see how Sas quickly
No.
made runs to the north, south, east.
but the plan was Sas just jumped down and that Polo and Rafe went back with the Pegasus?
Yeah, you have just returned
yeah, we
during
just-
this
Ah.
conversation.
My bad. Sorry. Okay. That was quick.
So you have heard that conversation with the guard confused. And you can see how Sas now makes those erratic moves on the ground. And he tells you that the target seems to be moving to the west direction from here.
I think we should follow, right?
But we don't know exactly what path they're taking. Because we also cannot really see them. So we just try to... How do you think they could be moving?
But maybe then the guards know where they're going, right?
You can see how
Hey,
Peter,
Mark,
Peter
anyone left?
stands there with a...
Did anyone left the mansion within the last hour?
You or Master leave the mansion?
He is confused, so he's not even bothered that you are not an authority to him. He just automatically answers back to you. No, nobody left.
Anyone came in? Came?
Are you sure
left?
that nobody left? Did you see him back when you were
He didn't even saw the
looking for the
flash.
guards? Right.
No one came, no one left except the master, Chevalier.
Yeah, the master has arrived less than an hour ago. And
But nothing suspicious happened.
He just went to
And-
sleep, right?
and Mitchell was... there was a visitor. I think. Tries to recall the memory. Who was talking... Yes, I have escorted... It was a late night visitor, very polite, well dressed, and he talked with a quartermaster. Yeah, right. But he also didn't leave.
Hmm. So Polo would describe.
Mhm.
Polo would suggest describing the His Highness to this guy, and if there are two possibilities: either His Highness came back, or it's his brother. Remember the other guy?
Yeah, but the brother usually wasn't really involved into bad stuff. He was only, getting
We
money
don't-
from the monopoly.
We don't know that. I think they looked alike. So I think Polo would just ask questions like if the person looked like this, and he would kind of casually describe His Highness.
Casually.
As you're describing Roman Rivenmar to the guard, he says, No, that
Hmm.
fella didn't look that at all. He looked
Not at
young,
all.
confident, good manners, kind of pleasant to talk to. Knew he had a goal and felt like there was a power behind him. So
He came alone? He carried something?
he was alone, yes. And he's trying to recall more details about him, but feels like he's not able to recall.
Oh, he has been charmed.
At this moment, runs back the Mark character, and he seems to be as lost as Peter. This is, I don't understand. He. Who are you? How did you appear here? What are you doing here? Who do you represent?
Oh, we just represent the Druids Enclave, and we're here on official business, and we hope to meet your masters, Polo says. Unfortunately, they seem to have departed, and as far as I can tell, you seem to be surprised yourself. Maybe
Yes,
you
the
want our
master
help
has
of
just-
looking into this.
They have just returned from the usual activity, just late at night. They were supposed to continue their study only at 9 a.m. I know the schedule, but nobody is in the mansion. There's nobody there.
Yeah, that is strange. Maybe if you would let us have a look, we could look into the matter. Like, we have pressing, urgent business with your masters, and maybe we could find them. Maybe something's not all right. So if you would let us have a look to understand what happened.
That's what we always do. We're really good at that.
Yeah.
They are looking at your outfits and your armor. And
Damn it.
Even though they are lost, they wouldn't be that of an easy target for this. This is a private property. Belongs to Duvalier and Son. And Peter, run and take the horse and get to the nearest our outpost and bring in more men.
Oh. I guess we don't just leave, right?
Wait, I want to try to use charm person.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
While he's both of them there, or
Can I try to use it in two people?
you tell us. Can you use the spell on
yes.
two?
I'll use it second level to try to target the two of them.
Go ahead.
Okay, done. So it's wisdom.
So I need to roll for both of them. What's the saving throw?
19. They don't look that intelligent, right? So, or wise.
Rolled 8.
Good.
So
The other
the
one?
spell goes. Cast it 2 times.
I casted it once, but level 2.
It's for
so
both.
I wanted. Okay.
Both. So yeah, as you are. What are you telling them when you cast the spell?
You're gonna let us investigate this matter, and you're gonna tell us anything you remember about that visitor, please. That involves, like, getting in the house and yeah.
Yeah, just as Peter was about to go and follow the command, they both are stopping and kind of looking at you again, Brave, and they're like, "Oh, but you just wanted to help, right?"
Of course. You just got confused for a moment, right?
Yeah, can you remind us where do I know you? It seems to be escaping my memory.
Well, I meet really often with your master. So I've been getting through this entrance a lot of times. We play chess together.
He looks at you and says, kind of like, checks you up. Like, oh, yeah, of course, definitely. I mean, in your attire, how you behave, you definitely would be of interest to our master, of course. And yeah, he kind of like opens up the gates.
Thank you, guys. Do you happen to remember anything else about the visitor? He might be one of the other guys we used to play with. Maybe, I don't know, but do you recall more details?
I would say it's a average height. As they are walking towards one of the servants' pathway inside of the first floor of the mansion together with you. They're taking a couple of torches. On the way, they are trying both to recall what they've heard of the visitor. Sas, your amulet is called.
I'm whispering to Rafe that the amulet is broken or it's not detecting anything. But I'm not stopping anyone from going in.
Yes, so they're telling that it was a young man, probably maybe 23, 25 years old, with very good manners, very well dressed. Was mostly dressed in blue and black attire, and he presented himself as somebody from the trade houses. He had some very urgent proposition. They are like escaping the details from their head. But it was serious enough for them to actually stop their duties and go to call in for the Mitchell, the quartermaster who is usually dealing with all the night affairs, the night shift. And yeah, Peter was the last one who've seen both of them on the first floor. As you're entering, there is a small guest room, very first floor in the servants' wing, the mansion. Says, yeah, I just left them both here, and I haven't seen any one of them. Yeah, then they are going together, and this is the Mitchell's cabinet.
I think Polo would cast Detect Magic and would look for clues. You know, like someone leaving a place, or maybe on the outside, maybe horse tracks, or wagon tracks leading away.
Please cast a spell.
Mm-hmm.
As you have this spell acting, you realize that at some points on your path, like on the left and the right of your path, there seem to be planted wards around. So if you would be freely walking through the garden without knowing where, it would basically act as a landmine. Those places, you realize that there is certain security level here maintained. Unwanted visitors. And same applies to all the doors and windows of the mansion, as they seem to be magically reinforced with the alarm spell already. The system currently is not acting because it recognizes the guards. But if you would be entering there on your own, you, Paula, as a person who was infiltrating quite a few of the mansion while being a bounty hunter, you would know that it mostly would immediately raise an alarm.
Does Polo understand how the guards are being identified? Are they carrying some type of item or so?
Probably they were participants of the ritual once.
Should not be against it.
Yes, they will be charmed for 1 hour.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then Polo tries to lockpick the place.
Yeah, so once they're charmed, because it's a first level spell, correct, Brave? Or second?
First.
They recognize Rave as a friendly acquaintance. But it also doesn't mean that they're going to, let everything you do go. And,
okay, that's why I asked.
Yeah, so, and because you asked, they are like looking, oh, maybe the old man is drunk again.
Just
Sure.
for safety.
Of course, if you can open it up very easily, that would be good. We don't want to break the interior.
Sure, let's see if he's alright.
Would it be just a silly prank? We didn't do anything to them. Why would they do that?
Okay, so does Polo manage to open the lock?
Please, what is your
Sleight of hand?
plus for sleight of hand?
19.
With this specific door, you cannot fail.
Good.
Plus 19. Oh my god.
Yeah, can you describe us how you do that? That it's so easy to you that closed.
So I mean, since Polo pulled out like the lockpick, the tool itself, and held it for everyone to plainly see, everyone knows it's already in its hand. But so he just casually moves it to the lock, and it feels like he barely even touched anything, and then already withdrew his hand. That if he wouldn't have shown you the lockpick in the first place, you wouldn't understand that he had one in the hand at all, because once he retrieves his hand, it's just gone, or at least not visible anymore. But you heard a click.
As the door in front of you opens up, the torches are lighting the interior. And you realize it's more like an office of accountant inside of there. There are a lot of books, ledgers, lying in different places in disarray. So maybe this person is a quartermaster, but of like cleanness of his own office was never one of his own priorities. So on the inside, you notice that there is a large table standing in the middle of a room, and there is just a normal working chair right behind it. A lot of scrolls, parchments on the top of that, and there is a small window right behind the chair. As you're looking around the room, it's maybe like 9 square meters, 10 square meters, not big room. And you do not see anybody there. But Paula, you are certain that the door is locked inside.
So there must be some other way out of this room, either by teleportation or there's like a hidden door or something like that. So Paula would look for both, and while still having the detect magic on, so he would see if anything glimmers. Other than that, he's just looking for a mechanical way out or some type of teleportation runes.
Your magical vision doesn't glimmer. There is no magic.
Okay.
Or no magic of that of a low level that could be. The room seems to be completely normal, ordinary. Brave. As you are looking around, you realize that on the table there are 2 cups standing. One of them empty, another one is half full with wine.
Okay, I'm gonna smell the wine to see if it's really wine or something else.
As you're smelling the wine, you recognize this particular smell. Yes, this is one of your favorite type.
Okay, it's real wine. Are there any, like letters?
Point. Sas, are you here?
Yes.
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 Please check.
Why? What's going on? I see. Okay.
Okay. Yes. All right. You can see that on the table there seems to be lying an object which resembles an envelope. This envelope is lying directly parallel to the center of the table, so it was easy to be found. As you're looking at it from all the sides, you notice that seemingly to be, it still smells like ink, fresh. And the text inside of this letter, you would need to open this envelope. But it doesn't seem to be thick.
I would try to open it. Maybe this is a suicide letter, guys. I mean, we have to check.
It would be a body though. But yes, of course.
Yes.
Yes, as you are taking this envelope from the top, you realize that actually there were 2 letters stacked. Both of them with a very nice parchment and a very nice touch to them as you're taking them in hand. But none of them seem to be sealed or anything. They are ready to be opened. So the very first letter that you open, it contains the following text. Follow. As you're looking for levers or teleportation signs or any other means of exit from the room, this specific moment you see how the Rafe's face changed to more pale and confused. Rafe, you're reading this letter, and the text says the following. I leave the capital in pursuit of Revikrathiki Epicus, my only true love. And it's signed by the Duvalier Unsign.
No, come on. That's really bad. This is okay.
But what does that have to do with the green flash of lights? What?
It was just distraction.
Maybe we just found another quest instead.
I can marry him after all, right?
I mean, not so sure what Farwald will do about it, but...
Farwald can see the change of reaction as well. He is like seeing how Rafe stands there, like puzzled, confused, and maybe even stunned by the content of it. So Farwald is taking the second letter and opens it up as well. And as he reads the content of the letter, he looks at Rafe again.
Another one.
And he's putting it directly on the table so everybody can read it. So Paulo, Rafe, Farwald, and Sass, you all gather next to the table and you can see that. The second letter basically corresponds to a trade agreement for exchanging of military supplies between the House Duvalier and Goktsing, capital of Tiefling Kingdom. And the parties who are signing this mutual beneficial trade agreement, on one side is the same signature of Duvalier and Son, and to the left of it is signed Revikrathiki Epicus. With your signature, Rafe.
Right?
With your signature.
Oh.
This is really bad. This is worst.
Rafe? What is that
Yes.
about? Farwald.
This
No,
is
sorry, I'm not
just-
Farwald, sorry.
What is this about? I don't know what this is about.
No, I'm not, I forgot I'm not playing Farwald today.
You're not
Sorry,
Farwald.
ignore that.
So nobody's asking me anything.
They kind of have this silent question in their eyes.
This isn't a real thing. If someone signed this for me, it had to be my brother, probably.
Prove it, and you see how Farwell takes one of the papers from the table, takes the quill, says, make a sign.
Okay.
As Rafe signs the paper several and several more times, and then you have all those examples, and next to her signature in there.
So she literally signed the paper again, right?
No, the empty.
Which one was the
Yeah,
fake
yeah.
one, Rafe? They all look the same.
No, that would be fun, but
No.
yes. Polo, What is your perception bonus? Do you have a expertise in perception? No,
I'm not
rather
proficient.
investigation. That's
Nope, I have nothing. -1.
Oh my gosh.
and you, Sas?
He has good perception.
Probably also don't have much.
What?
-1.
Actually, Farwood has a proficiency with.
Ah, yeah, right.
You rolled
luck.
20.
Natural 20?
Not
no,
natural,
that's-
dirty 20,
Okay.
but so Farwell
Fair
is the
enough.
one who is able to make a deduction there. So he compares all those copies and the one that was placed on a document signatures. And he says, this is a very, very well made forgery.
I'm taking this. I'm gonna
But-
sue. Do
But
what you
Rafe, who knows your signature in the first place?
want. Well,
It's not something
it is weird.
That everybody knows.
Yeah, I guess only my family because it's registered in the
And us.
royal books. Yes.
Rafe Polo asks, have you signed anything recently? Any documents, any paper, which you might have lost?
The only thing I remember signing was the oath that we had with our mage friends.
Hmm. Interesting. DM just see. Sorry, DM. Like, I mean, it's the idea makes lots of sense, you know.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, let's go to the university. Let's kill them.
I knew what you were gonna say, or we were gonna end up in some idea of left.
Okay. So we know this is not what is the plot.
Wait,
But how would the characters know?
but my camera is all the time off the screen.
I think Laura's drawing the camera's attention.
Oh.
Maybe. Okay, now I get back the old camera. So, Sas, where is your face? We need your.
Yes, it is over here. I don't know. I'm not a master in documents. I maybe don't even know how Brave's signature looks like.
You know now. And you also saw it from our oath that you were very interested in keeping because of your secret deals with the mages. Yeah.
I don't know. This looks
Yeah.
like quite legit to me.
Yeah,
A
Rafe,
trade offer the Duvalier from a Tiefling kingdom or makes sense. The Duvalier is in bad shape. He needs allies. And,
Yeah, great. But how would I sign something that I never knew about? Does it have a date?
Well, someone used your name.
Yeah, someone used my name, but this is bad. I'm gonna sue
Oh.
Duvalier and I'm gonna sue.
Very lawful evil. Very lawful.
yeah, that's
Not bring them to the court.
No, I'm
I don't
suing
think it's
him.
the wizards.
Another possibility, Proto says, is that
Is it a magical
Someone-
signature? Like, is it a
No.
magical fake? No. It's
Polo would have
I
seen
mean-
that. I think.
yeah.
So
It's
another
made with
possibility-
natural writing. Yeah.
Is that someone was, I mean, all this time, maybe over the course of more than one letter, was faking Rafe's identity.
Yes.
So maybe there's any clue where the letter came from, because Duvalier certainly has a clue because he's looking for that supposed to be Rafe.
Well, maybe if he thinks that I'm the love of his life, it means that maybe
Maybe that's
I shared more time with him than the actual time I shared with him.
Maybe
apart
someone
from that.
cross-dressed as you came in and then how do you seduced Duvalier and like they
Yes.
left together.
No, but he's
Yes.
looking for that person, right? He's not leaving with. What was the wording?
I leave the
I am leaving the
capital in
capital.
pursuit of
Pursue.
Rerikastike Epicus, my only true love.
Oh god. Yeah, actually, maybe someone just shapeshifted or something like that, and then. Yeah, that makes more sense than the mages.
Right.
Rafe, you clearly know that your signature would know members of your family, the party members, and when you were making the blood contract with the wizards, you didn't need your signature in there. We're not using the signature.
I mean, I thought that I had done my signature with my blood.
Your blood is basically your sign. Your
Okay,
magical
just a figure,
powers
right?
is your sign.
Okay.
Yes. So not literally the signature. So the wizards didn't know how your signature looked.
Okay. Okay, maybe we are starting to understand why the family could be dangerous for the other quest.
What did it has to do with the green light? Like whatever. This males, no one cares about the
do?
trade.
This is using my identity for something I would never sign for.
Identity theft. Your social security number clicked.
Yes, I'm gonna. Yes. I'm gonna go to the police, and I'm also gonna look for a lawyer, and I'm gonna start suing.
Well, you can just take the
I'm keeping-
letter
I'm
and
keep-
no one will
I'm
ever
keeping
know.
the letters. I'm keeping the letters. Does it have a date? The trade with signatures?
There is no date on any of them, but both of the letters seems to be freshly made. Like the ink there is not old. The paper still smells fresh.
Are the guards here?
Yeah, those two dudes are standing like on the inside of the room, and they're seeing and hearing your discussion. And now one of them is like, "Yeah, truly, now, now I totally believe that you were one of the interests of the Duvalier, as you said by the gate."
Wasn't there supposed to be someone? Because the door was closed from the inside. Or is there like a second exit from? Is there another room?
The dudes are like the Marcus said. No, there was never another exit. And yes, Mitchell is supposed to be here. He's not.
What do you usually call Mitchell? Is there like a doorbell, ring bell, or you just shout?
No, usually he shouts at us.
He's the boss.
So I'm gonna search the room. Maybe he's behind the desk, hiding.
Oh well, he's doing that. I'm gonna ask the guards. Hey, have you seen any tieflings coming here lately?
Do you think for a second? No. If I start to think about it, really not.
Okay, really not. Thank you. No problem.
And meanwhile, one of the guards is like, I think something is sneaky is happening around here. We need to check the rest of the mansion. And Peter is walking out and going. I'll be going to the guards room. And I hope this is not just a silly prank.
Just scream if there's anything.
Let's follow him. I feel like he won't
Okay.
have a chance.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
Sus,
I don't know if
the amulet is cold.
Okay, maybe it's broken. But anything suspicious in this room? Broken window. I mean, it was closed from the inside. Or you can close it from the outside also.
From the inside. Polo says
Can
it
you
was closed from the inside.
And
And
who
Polo?
has the keys?
There is a key lock that you can close it from the outside as well. Yes, but it was locked from the inside. There was a key in there.
So there was a key inside the keyhole from the inside, and
Yes.
there's no one in the room.
Yes.
And Polo still lockpicked it, not bad.
Paula still did it. Yes.
So I said that Polo was looking for something, you know, like a physical second way out or stuff like that. Did he find anything or something suspicious, like a pile of clothes lying there, or, you know, like someone just poofed and the clothes?
Yeah,
are
like
left
maybe
over?
like when people die from Order of the True Knight, only the clothes left.
Oh yes, the ashes.
Yeah.
Investigate the floor for suspicious piles of dust.
Yes.
Paula, as you're trying to find any signs anyone acting in this room before, you realize that the position of the chairs there was settled as if the person who is in charge, who is sitting by the table, had it a bit to his right, looking at the guest chair directly, if there was a conversation. Same applies to the two cups with wine that were standing there, seemingly in a position where has people drinking. But you do not find any signs of clothing or anything, any other presence, person, dead or alive.
I mean, what ways do we know to leave like that without a trace? People can dimension door, but not really fast. Teleport. That's it.
Mark says,
Sure.
Mitchell wasn't known to know any magical powers.
But that other person might be. I think we killed the bot. That other person might know.
But
Mitchell! I'm gonna call for Mitchell.
you can only hear how this voice, Mitchell, 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 goes deeper into the empty house, seemingly reverberating the walls mansion. Only the ticking
have any
clock
pictures?
sound heard.
Do you have any pictures of Mitchell?
No, this is not the room that he keeps his own portraits.
Okay. Okay.
But Mark describes him as a short, slightly overweight person, always carrying his glasses, and a person who tried to grow mustache but never succeeded in that.
So I was trying to get to know him by a picture and then try to message him to see if he was still within this room somehow. But without a picture, I cannot really.
That doesn't work. See if our music bot is coming back. So, yeah, as you, Rafe, you're announcing that you wanna keep both of the letters. Mark is telling you that those are the property of the master. And
Oh, this is very important evidence.
evidence
for-
of
for-
what?
For all the abnormal activities here. Don't worry. We know about this. I told you we're doing this all the time. We need to collect the evidence, right? Like,
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure there is anything suspicious happening. First of all, the closest friends of Duvalier would like to know that as well. And the Duke, and together with him, those pesky Sandkeepers.
pesky.
Hmm.
Yeah, he doesn't. Ergon.
Anything valuable in the room is missing. Maybe there's a safe that is opened.
So as you're looking around trying to find any signs of struggle, fight, destruction, you do not find any sign. You can only see that the chair, the table has been much in use. You can see, but the window is properly closed. The mirrors and everything is in a fine condition. And this room just had a life in it just recently. And there was no violent action.
Looking for secret exits. I don't know. Maybe there's a statue lever you need to pull, or a book that you need to pull, or maybe I need to move the lantern to the side. Someone left from this room
Hidden
without
mechanisms.
breaking the window. Yeah, hidden exits.
In this room or generally?
Well, someone was
Hey,
here.
Duke.
They closed themselves, left the key in, and disappeared. And there's no signs of magical side effects. There's no explosions, there's no burglary, so this person just left quietly.
Did he?
Worst case, teleported. I mean, it's a Duvalier's mansion, and this is a housekeeper room. There has to be secret ways in. Escape routes.
That's the
Escape routes.
that's a servant's wing.
Escape routes.
Escape routes.
You know, like emergency exits or something.
Yeah.
Rafe, you recall that once Bayan and Kua were telling you about the mansion, about the embassy building itself. You recall him telling that most of the houses, most of the people in high level property, they would have certain escape options built in to their property. That's true. And the exit to the sewers in the embassy is just an example of that.
Remember, we wanted to go to the Duvalier's mansion at some point through the sewers. There has to be a sewers entrance, at least. But I still don't understand how this person left this room. Good. Then let's let's leave. I don't know what we need to do here. No victims, nothing stolen, no dead bodies. Nothing to do for the Power Rangers.
Well, nothing mentioned in Rave, right?
No,
Waves private
Paula,
problems. Private life.
any ideas?
Not so much. I mean, Paula was looking for some physical evidence, saw nothing. Magical evidence, saw nothing. except that there was another person, and at some point 2 people were missing. So
Mark says
must
that
be magic.
there should be at least 25 people in the mansion. Either in the night shift and a couple of servants and the close guard. But none seem to have reacted to the calls that they were doing.
So the mansion's empty.
Apart from us, yes. This is what Peter comes back and confirms to you, saying that he even walked to the master bedroom and it's empty as well.
Mhm.
And the night shift's guard, all the boys are gone. I have no idea when they were planning to change us.
And you don't have a way to contact your master through magic or some way that he might have shared with you
Oh,
for these type of situations, right? Because he's such an important person, he could be kidnapped and
I always wished to be part of his personal guard, but I
escape through the sewers.
All right, let's check.
The music bot is absolutely dead, and I don't know why. Seems like it has a queued songs in the playlist, but they're not playing. And also, OBS is disconnected periodically.
How so?
I have no clue. I don't know why.
Too much mystery going on.
So many
Yeah.
mysteries on so many levels.
It's overloaded. Overloaded. We need simpler. We need zombies and dragons, and it's like
Yeah.
So Mark is leading you towards the entrance to the basement level, and he describes that usually it would be very busy in here, especially starting from around 5 a.m. as most of the workers would be already arriving to the mansion for preparing of the breakfast and for gardening work and all others. So they start early and they also finish fairly early. This would be one of the emptiest times in the mansion. And as you are walking down the stairs of the mansion, you find yourself in one of the rooms, which seems to be like a corner of the basement level. And Rafe, you have a dark vision, right?
Yes.
So as all the party is looking around, they seemingly like unsure what to focus their attention to.
Polo
because-
also has dark vision.
Okay, Polo has a dark vision. And as Polo and Rafe, you both have a dark vision. You seemingly see something so familiar, but at the same time so weird in the corner of that basement room. It seemingly reminds you of a massive rune that has been inscribed in Alfield. In one part of the town. But this one is way smaller in size. And it also has strange, you could say, style of drawing of it. It reminds you of a children handwriting, as if a child was trying to add some flowers to it and some bugs and bees and some extra unnecessary elements to it. Per se, making it more bizarre and random. That's your first impression. Yeah, the whole symbol is drawn in the darkness, and it was drawn with the ink, magical ink.
Okay, Polo.
Yes.
We know this, right?
The ink?
No, this type of rune.
Wait, was Polo there? I always have to think, or was it Farbod?
Was Polo.
Was
Okay,
Polo.
then Polo knows. Yes. That looks exactly like the one probably Brask did back then.
Yep.
Yes, that was Polo. But different. So it was not.
It's a modified. Yes, it's a modified and also a smaller version of it. Polo, you're not a mage, so you can only identify the visual elements, not the arcane. So Rafe, you can roll arcane for me.
$18.
As you have in your very detailed notes a long time ago, the depiction of the rune that you've seen back in Alfield, you recognize that it definitely bears similarity, as if it comes from the same school of thought. But the way how some of the figures inside of it are positioned, it seems like somebody was playing with the original structure. Somebody was moving the pieces around. The magical circle and magical borders of it are not violated. They still seemingly follow the same purpose, but modified or altered. And it's also way smaller, so it was way more intricate work. Somebody had to have a very steady, very confident handwriting to do it here.
Okay, but I don't notice anything like new that I would identify from the modified drawings.
What was your arcane roll?
18.
18. As you exploring this this rune, you're showing this to others, and you have a feeling that this magical rune is incomplete. It may have more parts to it.
Does it look very big to be like if we wanted to move it around, could we do it easily?
It's approximately like 50 centimeters diameter on a wall behind one of the barrels. It's been drawn on the cement wall of the basement.
Okay. What do you think about it? Should we take it with us?
Take what?
This. Well, we can cut part of it.
Floor?
Is it the wall or the floor?
Oh, it's on the wall.
Or I can just write a draft again and keep it in my notes.
So the Duvalier was drawing some weird stuff in his basement, and then he disappeared, or he left. But also
Yeah.
all of his servants disappeared. Except the guards.
Yes.
Who were
Yes,
outside.
but we know that this has to do with stuff that we know. Just a little bit less. Yeah. Maybe he was just trying to do that. Making a test. Who knows?
So tieflings are doing test experiments in Denver using Duvalier's mansion.
Tieflings,
That's
but what
what I
tieflings? I wasn't here.
You even understood what it means, Rafe. No one else understands this magic.
Paula also understands. Well, not completely the magical part, because I have more magical knowledge from university. But it's not about me being a tiefling, it's about me studying.
Well, is there an exit from the basement that is opened or been recently used?
Thus, as you are trying to look for traces, you realize that most of the basement is actually quite well cleaned up and kept in a good conditions. It's not like somebody just abandons those rooms because they are way below the general level. Somebody was keeping in touch of just keeping it everything sterile, as maybe it was Mitchell, who knows. But exactly in some places, as you're moving on to the next rooms, please roll for investigation.
Are you 11?
As you enter in one of the rooms, you feel that some of the objects here are not really on their places where they should be, which leaves one of the walls completely cleared out. So baskets are placed on the different sides, and some jars and clothing, leaving one of the walls completely cleared. It seems weird.
I pick up some baskets and some of the bottle wines and put it against the wall so it all looks even.
Oh my god.
Now it looks like it should be.
Rafe Paula Farvald, you're like observing what Sas is doing, and you can identify that those objects really probably belonged where Sas placed them. Maybe Sas was a housekeeper in his previous life. You don't know. He knew exactly where to place them. But yeah, those objects definitely were moved, and now they're back to their where they belong.
Yeah, could probably conclude that something was happening in that wall that was cleared out.
As Mark is coming close to you, and he's kind of like looking around, and then comes and whispers in your ear, this could be our exit road in case of trouble.
Really, how?
I only know that in case of emergency, sometimes during a special command, we would have to gather here and then protect the room. But I was never the one who would have access or know what exactly should happen. It was Mitchell or the lieutenants who were in charge.
Well, Mitchell is a
Were you
mastermind.
at least shown how to do it? Didn't you see the whole situation, you know, in case of an emergency?
Paula, please roll for investigation here, or perception.
So the Mitchell was a secret
Yeah?
agent of the.
Okay, I take perception.
Okay, go ahead.
But you're aware that this is a difference of 10, right? To the modifier.
I mean, I'm doing it because you are the only person in your room who has a keen eye for secret doors or secret passages, per se.
Okay,
So,
I take it. It's a crit, so 29. Natural crit.
whoop.
Let's say that exit.
I warned you.
So, as you are examining the wall carefully, of course, you are pushing aside all the things that Sas placed next to the wall, clearing the thing. You're using one of your daggers to actually make sure that there are like maybe some cracks or maybe something where the mechanism of potential hidden war is. And as you are kind of bending down on the lower level that most of the people would look at, and you're already low enough, halfling, you realize that as the passage of time and the fact that this door has been opened several times, it left a small crack on the lower side, lower place where people were stepping over the entrance of this door. Like maybe heavy plate shoes have broken those edges, which were supposed to keep it all concealed. And as you're looking at this whole potential room, you identify for your party that there is definitely a entrance or exit in here leading. And since you already been to the embassy before and you scouted the embassy for potential breakthrough points for the security reason, you soon identify a place where the mechanism of the door is hidden. That's available to you because of your natural 20 roll.
Nice.
So as the party clearly observes a professional at work, you see how at some moment his hand seemingly disappears in a niche which was covered by a very strong illusion, and after a couple of moments of click-clacking, the mechanism starts opening. And the moment it opens, it kind of pushes in and then goes to the side, to the left. You feel this intense stench of sewers hitting you in faces. You remember how this green slime and gelatinous cubes and Frogoloth was... That kind of brings you some flashbacks. That's exactly the smell that hits you. Mark, of course, wasn't ready for that. He kind of like quickly closes his face for it. And as you're looking in the depth, you can clearly see a pair of fairly fresh steps going away in the direction of the sewers on the inner side. Kind of like clear steps in all this green slime that is there all the way in the sewers.
All right. Here we go. We asked for some easier things, zombies or whatever, and delivered. That's it.
Back to the sewers, back to the roots. The gelatinous cubes. They mutated. They're now level 20.
Okay. Then I guess we go downstairs, right? Or don't we?
Which direction does the sewers lead? Is it maybe to the west?
To the west. The steps are leading to the west.
That's where the amulet was active last time.
Yeah, Sas, you know exactly the direction because of your magical artifact, so you can identify that easily.
How to travel sewers fast, because you have to be faster than Duvalier, but he's on foot, so that's doable. So taking a look down, like what type of sewers are we talking about? Is there like flowing waters, or are they dried? Are they out of use?
You have been there. You know that most of the, let's say, liquids are passing through the central part of the sewers. But the walkable pathways are on the left and the right side, and they're kind of on a bit of elevation from everything. Sometimes the sewer canals, they are kind of sometimes blocked by metal bars. Sometimes they are just go into left and right in different directions. The Denver is huge. It's big, and
I was just thinking maybe it makes sense to have some type of boat or so, and we could be faster. But
as you are currently observing it, you do not see. You're not that close enough to reach the river. Let's say let's call it a river flow. Not yet. So you would need to follow the corridor further in depth. to reach
So Polo is very aware of his alarming rapier, or what is it called? Like the rapier of
alarm.
warning.
Warning.
The rapier, yes, it's called rapier of warning. So we cannot be surprised. It is impossible. Is it glowing? Is anything?
Orcs are nearby. No. No, it's
I mean,
not
it
glowing.
makes sense that the halfling has a sword. So.
It's not glowing.
Okay,
But
then.
yep. So what do we do?
So do we go down the sewers, or do you want to go after the teleportation circle, or what do you guys want?
The sewers is the best option.
Sas fine with that?
I'm still missing the Mitchell. I suspect the Mitchell was the guy who made the circles and wrote the letters, so he was the agent. But we cannot find him. Everyone's gone.
Yes, we need to
we can
report that.
trace.
Peter. By the way.
Yeah, you guys did a good job. One of you should stay and protect this entrance, and the other one should go to the main entrance and alarm the police. And we're gonna chase.
That was the plan,
criminals.
yes. Was the plan, and Mark is commanding Peter to his original request that he was giving him by the gates to get the
Sir
horse
Farwell,
and go for reinforcement.
From the north, and Quo and Genasi girl will soon arrive.
Farwell is already here.
Oh, right, so stealthy.
Oh, you're here! He was here all along, yes.
So Gaki's
Steps
also
from the
there,
shadows, you know.
Gaki, Quo, and Jackson are not.
right? Ah, yeah, right.
Yeah. They're
Yeah,
gonna look
right.
for Mitchell. They're gonna search the mansion for Mitchell. Good. Somehow
So
they will figure out.
mentally speaking, Polo is asking the party. So for now they are charmed, but not for very long. Once they're not charmed, they will also report us being here, and they might not let in the others. What do we do? Do we want to leave them behind with that knowledge of seeing us, looking for Duvalier? Assume Duvalier turns up dead, then everyone will suspect us, right?
Why?
Because we went there to his mansion in the middle of the night, and then we walked down the sewers, and the next thing people remember is Duvalier dead. That
But we have an alibi because we were the whole time with them.
they were charmed, and they will know once they're not anymore.
They
Quo will
will
not
know
be.
they were charmed, but they will know that we were with them too. So
Yeah, but let's say Duvalier is dead in 3 days, and they find his corpse somewhere in the west. Then who are they suspecting?
Mitchell.
Okay. I mean, it's Polo asking. So Polo is just like, giving you the information that it might be a difficult situation, but he's not acting upon it. He's just giving food for thought. He's not Farwell. And he didn't talk to Farwell, probably. Because he
Doesn't
saw
have
what
any
Farwell did to the
political-
paladins, so...
Influence or whatever. It's all problems for Rafe and for Druid Enclave. I don't care.
But how do we make sure that the others will find us? That the soldiers let them in? Maybe we just charm them again before we leave? So the others have a fair amount of time to arrive? Like 1 hour should be enough, right? Does it sound
we
like
can
a
do
plan?
that.
Okay, good. I mean, it doesn't matter how far you are from them, right?
Well, I mean, no. Only when I cast it, right?
Okay. Yeah, cool. Then
Let me just do it then before we go.
Sure,
Okay.
you can update the spell, and meanwhile we'll post in the chat so everybody can read it. Yeah, because they already under charm, they fail immediately. No?
Oh, that's good. Okay. Okay.
When we trace someone in the sewers, do we even have a person that can trace steps? I mean, Polo is our man.
He is your
I mean-
halfling.
I mean, technically, Polo should be good in tracing people, but
He's a
you know,
bounty
like
hunter.
it's a yes. But I mean, he's not a ranger, right? So he doesn't require on reading footsteps. He requires on having the right connections, knowing the right pathways through the city, knowing the right openings, and where to silently kill someone. So he sucks at reading footsteps.
Well,
He
I'm
can
not
try.
saying Polo.
He can try though if you want.
Help,
But
action
maybe-
is good.
Maybe someone more intelligent should try that.
We don't have anyone.
You know, I could try to smell.
Where's
the-
Bob? Where's Bob?
Bob is not intelligent anymore. So
He also got cursed by the Power Rangers. Losing intelligence as a wizard.
I'm with the Power Rangers, we're not the Intelli Rangers.
Yes.
Intellect rangers.
Yeah, right. So we dragged Bob down with us.
To your
it was
level,
his own
yes?
choice.
But someone
Yes,
has
yeah.
to be more intelligent than Polo. I mean, Rafe probably.
I'm 8. So, minus 1.
Okay, so you actually Polo is a bit more intelligent than you. Not much, but still a bit.
I can do help actually. I can run around.
Rafe has intelligence of 16.
What? Of course you're
Aha.
intelligent. You're intelligent.
Secret.
You track the
wizard.
footsteps.
Do I need intelligence?
She's
for
smart
that?
enough
But
not to tell you about this.
Yeah, like we wouldn't know. We wouldn't know.
Yeah,
Rafe?
Okay,
But
follow me
we're all
then.
dumb.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
I
know.
see a pattern.
No, it's a different thing. Like, tracking and
Right.
intelligence are different.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like,
Doesn't it require
is-
like
It's
investigation? Investigation is based
Ah.
on intelligence. You asked for an investigation check.
That would be investigation or survival. More survival.
Even worse.
oh, we're really bad at that. Yes.
Surviving.
Actually, Paulo can do that.
Survival.
So,
Really?
so Rafe have just updated the charm effect on both of the guards, and they still regard her as friendly acquaintance. Meanwhile, you're going deep into the sewers. Yeah, please tell me what you do.
I mean, then I guess Paulo's following the footsteps, right? With the survival.
Okay, please roll for survival for me.
17. That's okay.
So you can see how he quickly starts stepping into the tunnel, following the signs that were left by somebody. very, very recent. Everybody else follows up, and only Mark and Peter are staying by the entrance. And Peter is going somewhere upstairs, and they're kind of waving to you, Rafe. And like, good luck. Hope you find Mitchell or whatever is happening here.
Yes, farewell, guys.
And as you're going soon, maybe 5 minutes later, Paulo, you are able to reach to the river flow. And this is where the steps are turning left. Over here, you realize that definitely there was way more activity than by the previous tunnel you walked it. So it's a bit harder now to track the steps. But they are confidently directing to the west.
Needs to have some kind of map or so.
So currently you are just following the traces. So Paulo first, I guess Sas second, Rave next, and Farwell covering your backs.
Maybe Farwell should go second or so. Like, I guess he's the tankiest one.
But what if someone attacks from behind?
And Farwell doesn't want it to be his back.
Intelligence. What if someone attacks from behind? Marty never guessed this possibility.
Good one. So it's there are no lanterns, there are no torches. So only those who have dark vision, it's Paulo and Rafe, feel more or less comfortable in the shadows. The rest are relying on the other party members too.
We could still use light on some of our objects and always have a leading path. Do you think it's dangerous? Any of you? No, right?
Absolutely, you can.
Okay, then let's do that.
What extent?
We don't even know if we're faster than them or
We're not faster than them for sure.
maybe they are fighting otherwise. We're just following the clear path.
Okay. So as you are going through, you notice that Farwell is, instead of like watching his steps, he's doing something with one of the amulets he possesses. So he's not that much of attentive. He just relies on you ahead, lighting up and watching where you're stepping. So Rafe, you're using the light spell, do you?
Yes.
Okay, what do you light for?
My backpack.
So that lights everything behind you, yes? What if they attack from behind?
I mean, no. I think that is like the center. It should be the center, and then the radius will be lit. Yes.
Yes.
So I'm like the center of the
But
light.
Farwell is walking in front, behind you, so he would be blinded?
It's a 20
Are
foot
you sure you want to?
radius, bright light, and then extra 20 feet of dim light.
It's like
light-
Farwell is looking right into a lantern.
Yes.
Just put a cloth on it, and it's like not so bad.
Hey, dim light. Oh no, does it work with the light spell? Yeah, why not?
Yeah, it depends on the distance.
Cool. Dim light is actually perfect.
So he walks a bit further than to be in a dim light,
Okay.
not facing your back, 20 feet away. So thank you everybody who joined as a party of Power Rangers venturing back to their roots, back to sewers in Denver, following the
Finally,
Well-
some action.
action.
Yeah, some really nice monsters are gonna appear.
If you
Maybe
ask.
we just get sick.
No.
never know. So, as you're proceeding further, following the steps, Polo is doing his best to keep on track. And at some point, Thus, feel that the amulet you were wearing is warm again.
1 more mile. This amulet is the best, you know. Someone somewhere within the mile
Let's go. Let's
is
go.
wearing
We're
the
fine.
amulet. Could be one person, could be anyone. Could be multiple people.
I mean, we could technically even surpass him and would not notice until we're far ahead.
That is true.
Imagine he just dies on the way, and then we will, like, it will take us months to find him, like 1 mile radius in the sewers somewhere. Maybe on the water, who knows? Oh god.
Let's follow the steps, you know. For now we have the steps.
Yeah,
At least
Polo focusing.
Polo is focusing
help
and
in helping.
proceeding, leading the whole party further in the depth of the Ashway district. You never ventured that deep into the sewers before. Last time you were there, you passed only a couple of blocks, and then you actually saw the group of halflings running away, and you followed them. And this is how you encountered Florgoloth. Met for a brief moment Philip, whom
May he rest in peace.
He's
May
the
he rest in
Mitchell.
peace. Yes,
Mitchell
and
was his father.
Polo probably knew him, so don't tell Polo what you did to Philip.
Polo knew him, yes.
Yeah, so don't tell Polo.
You don't know what happened? Okay, whatever.
Polo doesn't know.
No,
like it
we
was-
remember.
Yes, and how Yanko ran away with a stone. Oh, yep. Yeah, as you're proceeding further through sewers, Stas, you are keeping a close attention on your emotions coming from your amulet. And you're not sure is it's your mental state or the amulet itself, but it seems like it's warming up more. You don't know. Maybe it's just your emotions of anticipation. As you're proceeding further on, you're walking and sometimes have to crawl over some massive pieces of green slime that have collected. A couple of times Polo was opening very simple sewers doors, which were not even locked and were in a very crappy condition, very rusty, and yeah, weren't really used much, but yeah, the recent visitor who was passing through here definitely had them used. At this specific moment, you're not sure under which district you are at. Even you, Paula, you just know that the pathway mostly leads to west. As you're going on, Sas, you're passing through a gallery which seems to remind you one of the visions that you had.
Oh.
Only back then, that vision had somebody running through this gallery. Running for his life, seemingly being chased. Do you remember such a vision?
Was it a long time ago? Did we hear about it? I mean, you know, in this narrator perspective, even if we didn't know about it. Yes, yes.
Yeah,
This place seems familiar. Sus says.
Really? Have you been in this race before?
I remember the gate and the chains, and there was something behind the gate.
At this specific moment,
Some-
this alleyway is completely open. The gates are not closed, and you do not see any living beings in here. Only the style of the sewers in this specific alley reminds you of that vision.
So you're telling me Bob was held prisoner somewhere in the sewer? Of Denver, probably, because if it's the same style.
He doesn't know who was the person in his vision. Who was
He
the
told
man.
us.
It was Bob. No, it wasn't Bob.
Okay.
There was no face.
How many people have you seen? And how many visions do you have of abducted people?
Well, usually it was Bob and all that.
Okay.
The last one, there was no face. Maybe
No,
we
not
can assume.
necessarily. Remember last time that you saw Brain? Bob wasn't there when we went to save Brain.
He was at the end. He was also there.
Yeah.
Ah, right.
The thing is, do we have proof that it is a true Bob? Have we ever thought about this? That it was never the true Bob? I mean, all we saw was like a illusion thing, right? Or
Yeah, I mean, if someone is just, disguising themselves and myself, it could be the same for Bob.
I can cast Pass Without a Trace, and we can.
Sas,
Rush
you feel
forward.
this sense of urgency as this memory of a vision comes to you.
Pass Without a Trace, urgently stealthy forward.
Okay? Just,
Okay.
yeah, Farwald finishes the reattuning of things.
cool. Some plan.
It's just like
Reattuning.
rumbling through items, the bags. So we can now be noisy and we can run.
Does someone
And
eat into
somehow-
the fortress because it sounds like a fight is coming?
No.
I mean, before anything comes, Polo would know. Actually, the whole party would know. That's how the rapier works.
Ah, okay, right.
I
That's
mean,
a
I
good-
can read. I can read again what it does in particular, just that everyone's on board. So it warns us of danger. So while this on me, I have advantage on initiative rolls, and in addition, you and any of your companions within 30 feet of you can't be surprised, except when incapacitated by something other than non-magical sleep. And the weapon magically awakens you and your companions within range if any of you are sleeping naturally when combat begins.
Wow.
We should be good.
Okay.
He's relying on that so much.
Why not?
Unless something comes close, it's not danger yet, and then it turns to be danger while it's already close. That would be the only exception. Or if something does not close in but just appears.
There's still like a few milliseconds when we would be warned, right? If something just
Perhaps
appears.
wouldn't trigger it.
So if someone dimension doors into our bags, then it's not like we feel at the moment they're behind us, but not before, right?
Hmm.
It's gonna be a huge rat. The only danger here is if it's really some powerful wizard like Bob himself.
Or just, one of those slime cubicles.
Fireball instead.
Probably.
Okay, so we rush, following the
So you all
footsteps,
can
right?
see how Sas is extremely agitated, and he's casting a spell that allows you to kind of like makes your movement silenter. But of course, if he would be moving all alone, he would be way faster. So the caravan moves with the slowest camel speed.
Maybe I rush ahead. Yeah. Maybe I don't wait for the party. The problem
No,
is I
come
don't
on.
see the steps. Can I roll for
No.
following the steps or not? If
Go
I see
ahead.
the steps, I rush.
Roll
If I don't
survival,
see,
please.
I'll have to rely on the party. 17.
Stay, Sas. Stay.
17 is enough.
I see
So
the steps.
you can see
make
the
sure-
example and signs that Polo has been using, and you seemingly your perception seems to start to adjust to the things you need to look for, what direction. The sense of
make it work.
urgency elevates you above the ground as you are significantly increasing your speed comparing to Rave, who has 20 feet movement speed, and you have 50.
Rafe is like walking on
Yes.
heels.
yeah,
Sas,
that's exactly
no.
what happened.
Sas, you're
Yeah,
leaving
let's
us
see what-
behind. Slow down. We need everyone. We don't know what's gonna happen. But you listen to me, okay?
I pull out some torch, I guess. Which I don't have. Doesn't matter. I see the steps even in the darkness.
Yeah, if you get away from everything, you will not see anything.
And everything will hear us. So
Just wait for us, and we can also run, but yeah, not later.
I mean, Sas does what Sas wants to do.
as usual. Yeah.
The thing is, so when Sas would run past Polo, I think Polo would
Wanna bless?
understand that Sas is doing the Sas thing again. No, he would not. I mean, Polo's a halfling. Like, how can he hold? You cannot hold a running man like that.
Ah, you can hold him like here, and like a kid, and then he will take you.
Technically, wait a minute. Nah, that's a contested strength test. I don't think Polo needs
Wait.
that.
Yeah.
But I guess what Polo would try to understand is, so where we're running, is it like a straight surface? Is it like an easy to run way, or is it like more difficult?
It's not an easy, straightforward path. Sometimes those tunnels are turning left, and sometimes right. Sometimes you need to climb over some piles of shit that has accumulated there.
Okay, so is the ceiling somewhat easier? Is it like a straight and flat surface?
Ceiling is in like, imagine it's a tunnel.
Yes. So that means this is like a
Yes.
how to say, like there's nothing. Like basically it would be.
A smooth surface, yes. Just
So Polo would just run to the side, and then you would see Polo running upside down the ceiling and following Sas as good as he can.
Okay, Paula, since it's the first time you're doing it, can you please describe us what do others see when you're doing this? What
I mean,
is the
actually,
magical effect?
there's none. That's the thing. There's nothing specific to see. The only thing you see is that Polo starts running across the wall and all the way up until he's running upside down the ceiling. That's everything you see. No magical effect, no sprinkles, no nothing.
So like in the circus when they do it motor rides, yes?
I mean, it's not continuous.
Yeah,
It just
you-
goes up and then straight.
Instead of running straight, right by the wall and then and then up.
Yeah,
up.
because it's easier to run, so he should have some type of speed advantage against Sas.
It's a competition again. Okay.
It's still. Does it increase your running speed?
No, not that.
You can make
Oh.
try to make Sus slower, but that's no, you cannot contest him really in a straight run.
Polo's
It's
trying,
still
though.
it's still you're walking like speed of 30 against his 50. So,
Polo's
but you're
trying
just
to keep up,
avoiding
though.
all those obstacles which are there on the ground. So you definitely would be faster than Farvald and Rafe.
Hmm.
I'm also invisible.
What?
Invisible.
Why are you invisible?
Would you be invisible?
How? When did you become invisible? When did you become invisible?
How? None of us could do that.
But
No, it just works.
You're close enough to be invisible. Come on,
I
it's not the
rolled.
speed of light.
What did I roll? I rolled good, something.
What did you roll?
Hmm.
no, but why
I'm
are you
surviving. I'm
invisible?
surviving. So good.
I'm surviving.
Is it magical invisibility?
Okay. This is what the
Follow what
fifth
is-
time the OBS has disconnected.
God, what's going on?
I have no clue.
The stream is fine.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it is
periodically
fine.
been probably disrupted by a couple of seconds with this waiting screen. But yeah, nonetheless, plus you're invisible, you're running away. Apollo is not seeing anything. He tries to cast see invisibility, and he would see you if you are in range, you know, of
He's
him
the best.
seeing.
He will not. I have amulet of non-detection, so he will not see anything.
Oh, does it work like that?
Wait, let's let's check it right now before proceed, because that's a good.
Detection
I think-
or see invisibility is the.
It's not a detection spell.
It is.
Okay, I'm curious. So, just FYI, Polo has a night vision of 300 feet.
Wow. What the hell?
But if it shields you from detect invisibility, that would be OP.
It hides me from divination magic, which see
It's a
invisibility.
divination magic. Oh, it is. Okay. Ba-dum.
Da-dun. Let's go, DM. Time to find Mitchell.
Yeah, sure. So, as you're all running forward, you no longer can see Sas. You can only hear the steps of Farwell trying to catch up with you in his heavy armor, and Rave in her high heels, also making like a run through a slimish. You have
I'm just
20.
running normally, and I feel like really tired already.
And you can hear Polo cursing in a language you don't understand.
He's
Mhm.
But
mind
you get the
cursing,
intention.
and he's running on the
No.
ceiling, you know.
He's cursing out loud.
Okay, cursing out loud without seeing Sus. As you're proceeding your sudden rush of urgency, seeing how Sus has changed his behavior, you are running to a bigger room, maybe 20 minutes since you last saw Sus. It's a bigger cavern, and it somewhat reminds you in size where the Frogoloth was a long time ago. But this time you notice that on the other side of the room there's something like a mini what's the word in English? Let's call it a place where ships or small boats are. Not a dock, but even smaller than that. Something on the shore. A place where maybe a small vessels would be parking.
A dock? Something like that?
Okay, let's call it a
Smaller than
dock.
that.
It's like a
pier.
small.
I think it's a
Yeah,
pier.
I think pier is the
Yeah.
correct word. And it looks like this. Posting it for you in Maps and Lore. Did it load?
No.
Gonna post different. Okay, now it should be there.
Yes,
That
nice.
looks interesting.
Hmm.
Is it full of treasures, like in the picture?
It's full of interesting crap floating around, but there is a small pier on the other side of the room. You notice that on this pier there are several vessels standing, and currently on this pier there is one person moving something in the boxes from the pier to the small vessel, to the small ship. You realize that the further passageway of the sewer becomes wider and deeper, and this is where probably it leads to an exit from a town. This is where this small pier, maybe by the contrabandists or smugglers or those who are dealing with black market, would be using. This person is, from a distance you can see that it's a slim figure. It has a cloak, and the moment it puts down one of the boxes, Farvelt, Rave, and Paula appear from the tunnel. Farvelt, Rave, you stand there in a surprise. You see a young man that last time you've seen standing behind the Great Equalizer when he was conveying and talking with you next to Madei on the altar. Back there your conversation was very short, as Dr. Ravage has killed the illusion. But here, not far away from you, in the flash, was standing Bob.
Oh.
So that was the visitor. Great. Bob knows how to forge my signature.
So he was not on a different plane all this time? He was just in a sewer?
And
we were ready to go. We were ready to go to hell if we knew how, but he was in a sewer.
And as you are looking at this pier, there is a small passageway from a sewer that leads exactly there. And as you're looking to the path forward, like you're kind of glancing the whole scenery, suddenly a splash on the water appears, and you can see the following creature jumping out of the water and returning quickly back. So that's, and it looks like this. Can you see it in maps and lore?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Do nothing.
Oh, didn't open?
Yes,
Nope,
it's in the
nothing.
rolls.
Ah, it's in, maybe it's in rolls.
Yeah. Oh my. Okay.
So it's a dragon?
It
Mini
looks like a water
dragon.
dragon, or a toxin dragon, or
I
sewer
should
dragon.
know. I should know, right? Do I recognize this as a dragon?
It appeared out of the water, grabbed something, and submerged so fast, Rave, so you wouldn't be able to identify what
See what it grabbed?
it really was.
Did it grab
Sus.
off or something else?
Thus, you are currently underwater.
Ah, what the?
No. What do
Oh
you
my
mean?
god.
But he's
Okay.
invisible to everything. Like,
Silent, invisible,
Not
True.
Not to the
a true
dragon.
vision dragon? A true vision dragon?
non-breathing.
Well, maybe the dragon just sensed.
Impossible
So-
he smells him here.
There is such a thing
Wow.
called tremor sense.
Ah. But
But I
pass
have
without a trace.
Shoes.
And yeah, at Elvenkind shoes, there's nothing.
More than that.
Fine.
Counter
Besides, you
in
were
our
drowning.
shoes.
Oh, you needed the helmet. Okay.
It's fine. I'm killing it from the inside. You deal with Bob.
Pretty sure you are.
It's I
oh,
pulled it
really?
under the water, not it pulled me under.
That's the thing. We
Because
don't.
DM said it's suddenly, being pulled back so
She
fast.
baited. Plan worked out.
Wow.
So I would ask all of you to roll initiative, as we're going to
Okay.
continue our next game.
Okay.
Mhm.
At least with the
pretty high.
battlefield in view, but
Just
an
remember you
initiative
have
ready. Yes.
advantage on initiative, everyone. Because
Why
of the
everyone?
rapier. Because of the rapier. It goes for the whole party.
Yes.
Oh, wait, let me check if the initiative...
Confirm. Okay.
Yes, no. No, okay, sorry, the initiative is just for Polo, my bad. No. No, you and any of... No, wait, let me read that. Okay,
You
no,
have
it's just
advantage.
Polo.
It's on the polo.
It's just Polo, I'm sorry. Yep.
It's fine.
15, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Rave also has advantage because it was a few sessions ago, but Polo gave her the Vigilant Blessing and she never used it, and it actually works until used. There's no
So
time
you-
limitation. Yes, I'm not kidding you.
Yes. Okay.
Or did you roll for initiative in meanwhile and had advantage?
No,
I don't
no,
remember.
I rolled. No. I haven't used it.
And I think you should have advantage on this.
I mean, but no, my roll wasn't that bad, so it's fine.
Okay, your choice.
Just remind me every time we roll for initiative that I still have that, please.
You
Ah,
roll
you don't
for the
have it
initiative.
anymore.
You roll now.
No.
You save time.
don't
You
see
cannot
that.
choose. You cannot choose when you use it. It is the next time you roll initiative. So either you use
Okay.
it now or you just lose it without.
Then I'll use it now, and I got 20.
Not roll 20. Yeah.
What? It gave you the crit? Okay.
Was it the crit?
Wow. Yes, the natural
Yes.
crit. Okay, it paid off. It paid off.
What the hell?
And she has a +0. What the fuck?
So yeah, Rafe would be acting the very first.
Oh, because it wasn't okay.
This was crit. I think your previous initiative rolls were like 4, 6.
I think we barely had higher initiative rolls than
mine's like
today.
11. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Paula, this whole area for you seems somewhat familiar, as people from the darker side of Denver would pretty often use the facilities like this. So you're not surprised about the place where you are. Rafe, of course, sewers is not your favorite place to be at, but seeing Bob amidst that and following possibly his tracks led you here. Prove that investment to Dr. Ravage and his research be fruitful, useful. As for Sas, he was just too good.
Invisible, Boots of Silence, advantage on save it throw,
Enjoying.
nothing.
Pass without a trace.
Pass without a trace.
Like everything. There's
reactions, nothing. Nothing helps against a dragon.
It was a legendary
Must be a
grapple.
dragon.
Legendary grapple.
Could have been
no escape.
legendary action. Then I wasted his legendary action. If that's, then it's okay. Yeah. If that was a legendary, whatever, something.
But isn't the legendary action usable every turn?
After an enemy has its turn.
Anyway, they are limited to like 5. Or whatever.
Some of them are rechargeable, some of them are not.
Rechargeable within the fight.
With every turn.
Wow. Ah, yeah, right.
Like
We
in the last
encountered
time,
that.
our favorite friend. Yeah.
Damn.
So now it's time for post-game discussion. So we'll
Okay.
continue with the active part next.
How much bigger this tiny water dragon is?
In comparison to
Like,
the one we knew before.
No. It's no way comparable with the coral dragon that you faced before. That one wouldn't fit into the sewers at all.
It's like
Bigger
a
than a
horse.
horse?
It's a bigger than a horse,
Sure.
yes. It's also longer than a horse, several times longer.
Is it bigger than 2 horses?
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty big.
It has really small teeth.
Talking for Polo here. 2 horses, come on.
Polo counts everything in ponies, maybe, no?
Yes.
Now, for big objects,
There's a
he
lot
takes
of-
horses. You know, there's the pony system, and then there's the horse system. Opposed to metric and...
Imperial.
Oh yeah, and Rave,
So we have Polo, Farward, and Ray.
Rave and Sas.
Easy.
And Gaki should also be there, right? The whole party.
Gaki...
Ah, no, right.
They
Yeah,
haven't
sorry.
arrived.
I get confused.
They
here,
are
too many
somewhere by the
people.
mansion, and yeah, those two dudes of yours, they are by this time would soon lose their charm effect.
Come on, it hasn't been an hour.
No, it's not
That's it,
yet.
I don't know.
Yeah, of course.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm just curious, how long would the others take to get to the mansion? It should be kind of okay. They had like 2 hours time.
Keep in mind that they regard Rave as friendly acquaintance. No, not somebody else.
But we told them to receive
There's
the...
some friends who are gonna arrive.
Yes. We made the introduction, just... It started with Farwell. That is maybe why I didn't catch so much attention, because Farwell was already there. But basically we introduced people, and that they should let them through and stuff. Let's see if they...
We'll see what happens. Big day
Yeah.
arrive. If.
Wait, does this creature looks like a local one? Like it lives here? Or it's a different shape or color than the water?
Sas, how's your underwater vision in the
Is there
sewers water?
The sewers water are dark brown and the creature is a blue color.
Is...
If you
But
say
do
so,
you have-
yes.
It's underwater vision. Not good, not good. But I want to understand if this creature maybe is summoned creature. Like it's fairy-ish. Like it's completely non-local, like completely different skin texture. The breath doesn't smell bad because it's biting. The teeth are healthy.
What?
So does it look like a dirt dragon or more like a water dragon?
Is it like a dirt, dying old, dragon, or is it fresh from the fresh ocean?
It's somewhat a mixture of crocodile, dragon, and centipede.
Never seen crocodiles.
And centipede, so it's a basilisk in the end.
Oh, these really weird crows.
Like I'm not sure how they look here in this universe, but
Let's not
so
look at
it's
their eyes. If it's a basilisk, right?
Then that's good. That's why DM asked if I see something. I don't see anything. It's not
Basilisk,
gonna affect me.
basilisk looks different.
okay.
First basilisk for you. Basilisk looks like this.
Gonna make some soup. Yeah.
It's in the
Okay.
rolls.
Yeah. Okay. It looks more like an earth creature.
Yep.
This looks more like a
Is that a basilisk?
slime.
Wow.
You never faced one because I think you could encounter one in a pit of malice, but you went by a
Just-
different shoreline because the undead droll that helped you there in the fight against other droll. She told you that the basilisk resides on the left side of the river, and you went by the right one.
And we followed that advice. Okay.
Yes, you decided to follow her. You didn't meet the basilisk in the end.
So we still could think it's a basilisk because we've never seen one.
Well,
I mean, if it's a dragon, if it would be a dragon, would you feel something, Rafe? Because you have this dragon connection?
right. I would maybe. Well, what do dragons speak?
I mean,
Do dragons
draconic.
speak?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would try to speak draconic a little
Yeah,
bit.
you would try to speak, and they are fully sentient beings. So you connected with a coral sea dragon.
Yeah, I mean, if it's on their side, we could try to make it join our side.
Let's make a friend. We are good at that.
Again.
Sas is already
Like this
hugging it,
time-
yes?
Oh.
DM is baiting you into negotiations.
I like
No.
negotiations.
We are
can
baiting
use it.
him into negotiation.
We can use him against the real enemy, which is not Bob. Bob will lead us to a real enemy.
Let's see.
I don't know. For now, I'm dealing with the dragon. With the Bob, actually, I don't know what the Bob says and what he does.
I guess probably like what Farwood might do, be like, Bob, you're here. How? I mean, imagine like all of this time looking for Bob, and then all of a sudden he's just there like in a sewer. And I mean, honestly, I'm really surprised it's there. I would have the least things I would have expected would be Bob and the dragon. Both appeared in a sewer.
Yeah, it wasn't. I never thought about Bob. I never thought that Bob could be that visitor, young, good looking.
It's not Bob.
20,
It could be
25.
this Mitchell disguised as the Bob. But well, how does he know what the Bob
No.
looks like? I don't know.
No, it does sound now like really Bob. The description of the visitor.
I mean, DM said it was Bob, right? He confirmed it.
Oh, the guard said that the
Alright.
young guy came in.
Hmm.
Yeah. So the Bob came in and left through the sewers, and then people disappeared.
Wait, does it mean that it was Bob? Yeah, we already did find that. Bob did the impersonation of Rafe.
Probably.
Yes, because he's charmed. It's okay, it's not his fault.
Or maybe he charmed the others, like everyone we encountered was charmed. Probably that was Bob. I feel like he had something like an alignment change, right? Like drawing from the card of deck of many things or so. It might have actually been one of the cards we didn't see because I'm not sure if we saw all of. No, we saw all of them.
I think
So
we
it was
did.
not. Or they just manipulated his mind. I just feel.
He has the necklace, because I was following the necklace. He has the necklace. So what are we doing with Bob? who has the necklace and who is potentially a wizard.
But where's Duvalier then?
We have to ask Bob.
Maybe there's.
And where's the Mitchell?
Mitchell is not really important. Nobody cares.
Come on, he's the most important guy.
He's the
Mitchell
new
Bigard,
Mr.
right?
Wolf.
No, DM really put me in a room was closed, someone was sitting there, and there's no one disappeared, vanished, no traces of exits, nothing. It's like perfect crime. And the guards checked the other rooms, no one there, no Mr. Mitchell doesn't reply. It's very strange.
It still sounds someone.
And then Paula critted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Still
I
didn't
suppose.
find Mr. Mitchell.
I suppose we're somewhere where we're not even supposed to be. You know, like, basically, I guess the main plot was a different one. The main plot was follow Duvalier or something like that, and Duvalier went a very different way. But by crit, we kind of found the puppet master, Bob, behind everything. Maybe. Or maybe there was never Duvalier. I don't know. Let's see.
Duvalier has to be somewhere. He's with the equalizer somehow because Bob is here too. I don't know.
And let's not forget about the weapon treaty between Duvalier and the Tieflings.
Signed by Ray.
Right.
The signed by Rave part, I think we all agree that it was like a fake. Like even Farwald agrees. Who,
Arvald
Would-
proved it to you.
yes. So that's not a thing, but there's still this weapon treaty, which is
And what about the second letter?
what's the second letter? The love
The
thing.
love letter.
So
I
someone
need to
is
talk to Duvalier like one-on-one right now. Like, I need to understand why does he feel that way, or if that's even real, before killing him.
You wanted to say
mean,
Sue
like-
in him?
Right.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, to the court. But wait, there were 15 people in a mansion that disappeared without bodies
I think 25.
in the middle of the night, within an hour. So there were 15 people, including Duvalier. Duvalier came home. He was treated by his servants, whatever, maybe dinner. And then the Bob came, and then they disappeared, and the Bob left. So the Bob did something, and the bodies are also gone.
There was the teleportation circle, right? They probably used that.
Most likely. But I
Sounds
saw
good.
that it was incomplete. So, what would it mean that it was incomplete?
So either that someone did not finish it, or that someone, after using it, destroyed it, uncompleted it, you know,
Mhm.
so that no one can follow. Either one.
Clarification for you. That symbol that you saw in the corner, when I was referring to a rune that you have seen in Alfhild. In Alfhild, you have seen two runes. One
Okay.
was in the tower where Brask resided, and that was a teleportation rune. That was identical that later on you found in the mansion of Robin Ravenmar. So those were a match. And then you've seen a second rune that was by one of the gates entering the town, which Bob has destroyed with dynamite, I think, back then. And that was a part of a global ritual that Brass was conducting. So here, in the mansion of Duvalier, you have seen a smaller copy of rune number 2.
Oh.
not room number 1, not the teleportation.
So the one
Okay.
near the jars.
Yeah, the one for soul collecting.
Okay, so they were collecting the souls from Duvalier's men. Why?
Duvalier himself? Oh my god.
Now Duvalier left for some
Oh,
lucky
yeah.
coincidence, apparently. But
Okay.
but that doesn't make any sense. Why just collect Duvalier's men and no one else? There's a whole city. Plus,
Good
he's
question.
supposed to be their ally or their puppet. So why abduct
we
his
don't.
men? That doesn't make any sense to me. But I think I figured things out, and I realized I didn't. It's like-
We don't know.
because
I don't know.
because if you think about the weapon treaty, you know, it could be real, but it could also be fake, since the person who signed it is fake. So it might be supposed to look like it's from Tieflings, but it's not. So which means someone is supporting Duvalier, who's against the Duke, with weapons, and wants it to look like it's been the Tieflings. So someone is obviously interested in both parties, you know, fighting each other. Who would be interested? Equalizer. So that would kind of make sense. But
Okay.
then why would he abduct the people from Duvalier? Then it stops making sense. Everything stops making sense there.
With logic, keep on. Let's
Logic. I mean,
be more stuff gets revealed next game.
yeah, we hope so because we're missing parts of the puzzle.
I mean, we know what's going to happen. Now we talk about things, we come up with good thoughts, and until next session, we've forgotten everything.
That's why I'm recording amazing conversations.
Everyone could see it again.
That later on that we
No one
post it on
ever-
YouTube.
No one ever did in 3 years.
Only
I
the
do.
DM did.
That's why DM still follows the thread.
We got 20 views on the channel with the VODs from last week.
With the what?
No, with the replays. With the
That's nice.
so some random people might be watching it. And the average duration of viewage is like an hour and a half. So
Wow. That's a lot. Yeah.
that's a lot.
That's more than I would ever commit to any Twitch stream ever.
Yes.
With the exception of the international for Dota. That's the only thing I would consider doing that. That's insane. We got fans.
Nice.
Cool. Then I think this up in the info today. As the Party of Power Rangers, episode number 122, went all the way to the mansion of Duvalier and Son, successfully infiltrated it with an epic Thor-like landing by Sus at first. Checked the inner servants wing of the mansion and found, using the critical roll of 20, follow a secret passage leading to sewers where tracks by an unknown individual led them to a small pier further in the depth of the sewers, and the person seemingly was leaving those steps behind. Bob the Wizard.
Bob.
Thank you very much. Till next time.